I'm freezing right now. I can't believe how cold it is. It's actually really nice out, but it's cold in my house right now. It feels way colder than it is. Hold on. I gotta go grab something. Oh, okay. This is gonna. All right. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I cannot believe how fucking cold it is. Oh shit! Hold on a second. I have headphones in. Are you guys? I never go live on a Saturday, right? Ooh. Where's later? Oh, it's outside. Let's take a walk. There's only one person watching me. I feel so sad. Hey, Novemberine. Oh my god. So nice out today. So beautiful. Ugh. Let's smoke a cigarette. I'm bored. So yeah, I'm home because my son had 2 hockey games today, and because it was such like a long day, I didn't want to leave the dog home for that long, so I didn't get to go. But he has another game in a little bit, so I could watch it online, but I decided to stay home, with the dog today because it's just too long of a day to leave him by himself right now. Is it really humid there, Novemberine? It's actually like gorgeous here right now. Like it is so nice out and it's not humid at all, which is rare because usually here it's like super humid. What are you guys up to? So I'm just kind of lounging. I'm like so bored. I hate when my family's not home on the weekend. Well, on a Saturday. So dog sitting basically. I'm like, what did I do to myself? Now I gotta stay home with the dog. It's just for now because he's not like I would put him in like a doggy daycare thing for like a couple of hours, but he's still not fully vaccinated. In 2 weeks, we still have 2 weeks until he's fully vaccinated. So when that happens, then it won't matter. And then once he gets a little older, I'll just leave him at home by himself. Same here. Has been humid. It's actually been chilly without humidity. No, it's been hot as balls here for like the longest time, and now it's actually nice out, somewhat nice out. Hi everybody, going to listen. I'm tired. Oh, I need my glasses. I can't see the chat right now. I forgot to put my glasses on, so I'm probably not gonna stay live that long. But I figured I would say what's up. What's up? What's up? Smoke a cigarette. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my camera off just because I hate smoking on screen. What's up, Remy? What's up? It was chilly this morning. See, I love it though. I can't wait until the fall. I don't know, man. When it's like that hot out, when it's like fucking 90, like 90 degrees and like humid, it's just like it's not even like I love being outside, and when it's that hot out, you don't even want to go outside. You know, I'm actually gonna do some. Hey, Purplerine, how you feeling, girl? Oh, I've been meaning to say this. I forgot. This is part of why I wanted to go live. So somebody reached out to me the other day, and they shared a screenshot with me of like Potty Mouth Mama's community post, and I had no idea that she was dealing with so much, dude. She's like dealing with some serious health problems. I'm not really sure exactly what, and I don't feel like it's my place to say, but she had made a post about it on her community post, and I had no idea she was like struggling with any of this. I don't know why I'm subscribed to her channel, but I haven't gotten anything. I haven't like seen anything. So I just thought maybe she was just on a YouTube break. Like I know she has so much going on, that woman, and she's a single mom basically. So I was like, you know, maybe she just is busy. I didn't know she was dealing with all these health problems. So I just felt awful, not knowing that she was going through so much. And I feel like this person just kind of pointed it out because she's like, maybe you could ask for some prayers for her. And I don't want to out the person unless they want to be outed, but it was very nice of them to do that, and they were like suggesting that I maybe either said something on a live or, made a community post just kind of acknowledging what was going on with her and hoping, healing, just so that everybody could send prayers and positive vibes her way and wish her that, she heals. I had no idea. I had no idea she was even going through that. And she's such a, she's been through enough. You guys know Potty Mouth. She's been through a really, really, really hard time. So whatever it is that she is dealing with medically, I wish her nothing but the best and healing. And I hope that, she gets better and overcomes it. So if you could throw some prayer hands in the chat for her, I'd really appreciate that. I had no idea she was even going through that, Sometimes you just like, on YouTube, you just like, when you don't see people, you just assume that they're like busy with their real lives. You know, you don't think that they're sick or, whatever. So, yeah, someone else said she was super sick. So, yeah, prayers for Potty Mouth, I hope she'll be okay. Hey, Elle. Talking about potty mouth mama, she's apparently dealing with some like really super serious health issues right now. And a friend of hers reached out to me and, was like, hey, could you, make a community post or maybe just like acknowledge her, letting her know people are thinking about her. And I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even know she was going through all this. So I definitely wanted to put that out there. So you guys, all right, I want to get you guys' opinion on something. I was thinking, I found, so Alicia the other day played this video of this guy. I think his name was Rocks a lot. Yeah, Rocks a lot, right? And he was basically talking about the whole Katie, crystal ball without a crystal ball thing, and Molly Golightly, and this whole thing with this Vaughn, and he's basically trying to figure out whether there's a scam going on with this whole situation, and now that I've watched some videos pertaining to that subject, I've been getting all these different suggested, videos in my feed now, and I see all these creators that just like hate fucking Katie Joy, absolutely hate her. CC Suarez made a video. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but I've been following her for like a year or so. She does a lot of like MLM, anti-MLM content. But so Hummingbird wanted me to tell you, sorry she can't come in. Oh, that's all right. That's okay. So she embarrassed herself at the grocery store. Yeah, blank screen. That doesn't surprise me. So CC Suarez made a pretty good video, talking about Katie and basically like all the issues that I guess are with Katie and why people just don't care for her so much. And, it's pretty funny because while she's like explaining a lot of the things that Katie does, to me, it sounds like she's, explaining Molly Golightly. And I got to be honest, I felt like CC Suarez was fair, like in her video, because she also stated that she doesn't care for Molly Golightly. She doesn't care what she does. She doesn't care about she doesn't care for the way she does things and her content and stuff. And I was like, see, I have to, I respect her for that, because I see these other creators, like you have this fucking Charlotte on the web or Charlotte's Web or whatever the hell her name is. And like I never followed her, but her shit keeps popping up in my feed. And, she hates Katie Joy. And then there was this other creator, and I mentioned this briefly the other day, that reached out to me about, I don't know, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, pertaining to Molly Golightly. And, I told her very briefly what happened, between her and I, and that I don't like her. I believe that she's responsible for my swatting call. I fully believe that she, not that she made the call, but that it was done because of her, and for her. And, that I've had issues with her. She's doxed me in the past. And, I really feel like, listen, I'm not going to change people's minds, but I will continue to share my story My experience with her, with people, because I don't want to see other people who just speak up about her and criticize her have to go through this. Okay. So right now, because there's this whole audience of people that hate Katie Joyce so much, they're like seeing Molly Golightly as like a hero. And Katie's speaking out against Molly Golightly. Like she's saying that this woman's dangerous. Okay. And she might be scamming people. And to be quite honest with you, I kind of agree with her. And I feel like people are being blind to her actions just because they hate Katie Joyce so much. They hate her that much that they're like it's the same shit that happens here all the time. It's the same thing that happened with the whole Diane scam. Everybody was like hated, so mad at Diane that they're siding with like other people that are shitty. And I'm like, oh my God, like I hate that. I hate that happens on here. So yeah, Remy, it's bad. It's really bad. Dude, giving money to the family, I'm sorry, but like that doesn't erase all the other shit she's done. Like I'm reading comments under these videos and I'm seeing all these people like, "Oh, she helped Vaughn's family." So, you know, she helped Vaughn's family. Like they think either some of them even acknowledge that she's done shitty things in the past, but like somehow I guess, helping a family like with money erases all that. And I'm like, dude, this woman is dangerous. Okay. She's not only doxed me. I was thinking of doing like, I don't know, some type of video where I basically talk about everything that I went through with her in one central video because I leave comments everywhere. And I'm like, oh, I hate leaving the comments because it's a pain in the ass. Like it is. It's a pain in the ass. You got to write this whole big thing, long thing out. And it's like, dude, like this woman's just as dangerous. She's doxed me and others, my family, coach, life coaching clients of hers that are supposed to be kept confidential. She shares fucking messages from them and threatens them in her Patreon. I mean, there's so much. There's so much. I don't know how I would fit it all into one video, but I would like to have some type of video where I, could just be like, here, go check this video out. Because, like, if you look at my channel, the one thing that I don't do, and I probably should do, is tag her fucking name in the title or something. Because, the reason I don't is because I don't want her to, I don't want any attention off of her. You know what I'm saying? And she loves to say that shit like, oh, you're just using my name. But it's not that, dude. It's like, no, I want people to know what a fucking horrible human being you are and what you're capable of. Yeah, she does pay. Chronicles of the City. I literally, and I have to find it. And that's why I'm saying I don't know if I should put this all in one central video or what, but I have literal fucking proof of her paying people off to go after me. Like literal fucking proof. Okay. Because, this all started a long time ago. Of course. I'm gonna hold on. This all started like so long ago. It started way back in the day, and it just escalated and escalated. And I mean, I've been doxxed, my family's been doxxed, so I feel like it scares me to see all these people, that even the people that are calling her out and criticizing her now, like, is that going to happen to them too? Make a history of Molly Golightly's fuckery. I've been pondering and have a green light from family to share exactly what the blonde idiots did to the Harrelson family. Oh, who's that? I think it was you who showed it, but remember those hidden tags or something? Yeah, that was me, Remy. I mean, there's so much, and like, I can't even find it all. I don't even know where it is because, like, I've, spoken about a lot of it in my live streams, but I can't find those live streams. There's so many, and I deleted back when I lost my monetization. I deleted a lot of live streams too because I had to get monetization back. So, can you tell me how you stop the privacy complaints? Which privacy complaints? Oh, heels in the air. All right. So there's really not much you could do when you get a privacy complaint, unless, YouTube, I don't know if they still do this because I haven't gotten many privacy complaints because I try not to share personal information. The only time I ever got privacy complaints was from Tiffany. Tiffany would, I swear to God, there was this one time I got a privacy complaint from her, and it was because like I had mentioned her grandmother or something, and she like gave me a privacy complaint. And then obviously, just saying that she has a grandmother isn't like a violation of her privacy. So if I gave her grandmother's name, that would have been a violation of privacy. But still, I don't even know if she would have been able to. So like YouTube is pretty good at deciding whether something's a privacy complaint or not. So like she used to send me like fucking, dude, I would get like 20 of them from her, just for mentioning her name. And then, YouTube would watch the video and then they would go through it and they'd be like, okay, this is bullshit. Only one time was she able to actually did one of her privacy complaints go through. And that was when I showed her picture on here. And I still to this day don't really know how that's a privacy complaint. I don't know, because the picture that I used, it was off of her community page. So it wasn't like some private picture from her Facebook or something like that. It was a photograph of her from her her Facebook page. I don't know what. Hey, Heels, if you feel comfortable doing this, my email address is in my about section, and if you could actually send me like the actual like a screen snap of the complaint that you got, I'll see if I could help you, in any way. But I forgot if YouTube gives you like a chance to like blur information out or whatever. I thought they did, but yeah, again, I don't really like, none of her privacy complaints ever worked. So I would get the complaint, but then they would decide. And then I don't know, after they decide, like, let's just say if they decide that you are, you know, I don't know if they give you a chance to blur it out. Like, I forget how it works when you receive one. I only really know how it works when I give one because I've had to give out quite a few in my day. So you can sometimes, yeah, in some cases, Remy, they give you a chance so that you could blur it out. Okay, thanks, Heels. I saw the one in your community post, but when I went to go click on the videos, Heels, they all said that the videos were unavailable. That last post that I commented on of yours that was about that, I clicked on the videos and they were gone. Like they said video unavailable. So I don't know if you had taken them down or if YouTube had taken them down while they decide. YouTube is like constantly fucking changing how they do things. So anyway, I mean, listen, I could put the warning out there about this woman. I don't know if people are going to listen. It's up a lot more often than not. People just have to learn for themselves. They do. But I feel like it's getting more and more scary out there because, as she grows, like our videos, right, that pertain to her are getting buried deeper and deeper and deeper, because more and more people are making videos about her and she's posting more and more videos. So when you search her name, if you don't go by upload date, you're not going to find those older videos, or their relevance, So back in the day when you used to search her name, my video would come up every time you would search her name because my video had a lot of views on it at the time. But now, since it's kind of gotten pushed down in the algorithm, it's just, it's going down and she's just able to fool people easier. I like that one guy that is exposing MGL. I'm emailing him. Are you talking about the guy Rocks a lot or Rocks? That's who, yeah. I was watching his live the other night, and he's being very fair about it, looking into her. Get over here. Give me that envelope. You don't eat now. He's being very fair in his conquest, whatever. To stop, let go. He's being very fair about it. He is, but he's being fair. He's trying to actually figure out what's going on. Like, dude, listen, I don't know if she's scamming necessarily. Like, do I believe that she gave this guy's family money? Yeah, I believe it. But here's the thing, and people are getting so mad about this. They're like, oh my God, how could you put this guy's family through all of this? He was showing videos the other night on his live that, was coming from Dre's mouth, but people have also were saying in chat that Vaughn also talked about this. Hold on, stop it. No biting. He also talked about it on her lives that he had an issue with his mom back in the day. Apparently he had co-signed. I didn't know this until the other day, but apparently he had co-signed for a car. The mother was like broke and couldn't afford to buy a car, and his biological mother, she gave him up. So she didn't raise him, right? But at some point in time, I guess they must have connected, and she asked if he would co-sign a car for her. So he co-signed the car, and then at a certain point in time, it was like $500 a month. And I think she was like doing some type of like taxi business or Uber Eats or some bullshit, like not Uber Eats, Uber kind of deal. Right. And she was promising that she would pay. And then it ended up that she started going into default. So it caused a rift between them, because it was his credit that was going to get fucked up. She had stopped making the payments on the car at some point in time, and it was going to mess his credit up, and so they didn't speak for like 7 years, I believe it was, because of this, and people are going after Katie Joy because she's putting the information out there, but I do feel like it's fucking kind of relevant, she's putting the information out there that like this guy's family, like the dad is still, I don't want to say he's not in prison or on probation, but he's in some kind of like program, right? Something, it might be some kind of probation or something like that program, right? Where yeah, she does so much harm after she's bored with the family. 100%. So, he's in, the dad is in some type of thing for, he's uh apparently violent, some kind of violent offense, that he was arrested for, so that's kind of I'm not saying people can't be rehabilitated, if they have a criminal past, because they can, but like this is recent, this isn't like something that happened in his life 10 years ago. He's still in this, whatever it is, right? The mother also has a criminal past, from what I understand. And it's like stop it. They're it's not good, dude. It's just not good. You know, you do have to kind of question, like, what do they need all this money for? All this fundraising that they're doing, and now people are asking for their money back. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know enough to really make a solid judgment on it. But, to me personally, and I feel this way, if you give money out on the internet, like, just consider the money gone. I do think it's fucked up that people are asking for refunds. It's like, dude, be careful with your money on the internet. Don't donate through a third party ever. Just don't do that. It's bad idea. Stop it. Obi, stop. Oh, he was fine, and as soon as I start talking, he's going nuts. Get down, down. So I mean, you got to protect your money, especially on the internet, because there's a lot of, scammers out there. And I'm not saying that this family is scamming, but people are starting to look into it. And then those people that are looking into it are getting called out. They're getting doxxed. They're getting bullied. People who are asking for refunds because now they feel something shady is going on because they can't get answers. They're like, hey, I donated for an attorney, but, I'm being told that there's no attorney. Stop biting me. What's going on here? I mean, again, if you donate, right, or if you buy somebody a gift, you don't follow that person around and ask if, how many times they use your gift. But like at the end of the day, if you're donating towards an attorney and then you're being told that there is no attorney, then like, where the hell is your money going? And these people are who are questioning it, they're getting now doxxed by Molly Golightly. Their information's being put out there. They're being harassed, and I'm like, this is what she does, threats and intimidation, and that's not right. That's not right. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry. It's like every time I talk to you guys, he decides he wants to bite my legs. Oh my God. So it has felt shady, Heels. The whole thing has felt very strange. First of all, people have to look at this. The parents have no, first of all, let's go back to Molly Golightly and her whole motivation for even getting involved in this story. Okay. Somebody reached out to her, supposedly from one of these Facebook groups. I don't know why. I don't know why they reached out to her specifically, but somebody reached out to her. And we all know, because we've been following her for 3-4 years, right? At this point in time, that this is standard practice for Molly Golightly. She gets herself involved in these cases that have nothing to do with her. And she contacts the family members or people involved in the cases, right? And then she gets close with them, or she'll take up a fundraiser for them, or she'll donate some type of money. And the reason that she does this all goes back to what I was saying before, is that like she uses money to control people and to buy people off. She buys friends that way. She buys subs that way. She buys these stories that way, and she controls people with money. It's a very dangerous thing for somebody like her to have money, because she totally misuses it. Okay. She uses it for the wrong reasons. And so by her donating to this family, it puts her in a position where, number one, she can be the point of contact for the family, between if the family wants to get information out there, then it goes through her, and I saw a text message. Katie posted a text message last night on her Facebook group, okay, that said, I do follow her Facebook group, and it said that it was a text message between Molly Golightly and one of the administrators from the Justice for Vaughn or whatever, one of those groups, where she's telling the family basically not to talk to Katie Joy, that she's no good. And we all know why she's doing that. It's not because she cares about the family. It's because she wants the story. She wants to own the story. This way she gets all the money, okay, and she gets everything from it. The story was blowing up on social media, and she wanted a piece of the pie from the story. I mean, it's as simple as that. And it's the same thing that she does in every story. She did it with the laundries. She did it with the Cash Gurning case. She did it with the Chris Watts case. She does it with every case that she supposedly covers. She gets herself involved, and she wants to be the, gatekeeper of the story. We've seen it time and time again. I mean, and there's so much proof out there to this shit. That's what bothers me, is like none of these people are doing their homework. They're just ignoring all the red flags. Now, they're saying that Katie does the same things, and she very much, might do those things. But that doesn't mean that just because Katie does those things, it doesn't mean that Molly Golightly doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because Katie's just as bad, it doesn't excuse what she's doing. The other thing is Katie, it seems to me that Katie just can't explain herself. Like, she was trying to basically say that at the beginning, she says she was given the wrong information pertaining to the story. And so she made her opinions about the story based off of the wrong information. But now she's changed her mind. And whether that's the truth or not, I don't know. But you know what? People do have a right to change their mind about something if they, happen to be doing more research and find out things that they didn't know in the beginning. I mean, that very well could happen. It happened with the Chris Watts case. There was people, Molly Golightly was one of them, okay, where in the beginning she was mocking Shanann, and she would make these videos saying that Shanann's, annoying, and this, you guys all saw the videos with the Thrive patches, et cetera, et cetera. And, then all of a sudden, when she realized that it was more profitable for her to be a supporter of Shanann's, right, and then get in contact with the family, she all of a sudden like switched her story, and she became the biggest Shanann supporter there was out there, and anybody that followed her during that time knows that, then she doxed Plunder, she wanted to be the hero for the internet there, so she doxed Plunder and a whole bunch of anybody else that was pretty much talking about the Chris Watts case. That was again a case where she wanted to own the story and gatekeep. And it's like, this is a long-standing pattern of behavior for this woman. Long-standing. But, she changed her mind on that story. So, we all have the right to do that. I don't know if Katie, if that's true, but if it is, she has a right, But these people that have probably been hating her since before this story, they're sitting there making these videos and they're sticking up for Molly Golightly because, Molly Golightly is doing the thing that she normally does where she, has to go on a major smear campaign and villainize people to the umpteenth degree to make them less credible. I mean, she did it to me. She did it to everybody. She does it to everybody. I mean, look what she did to Potty Mouth Mama. Potty Mouth Mama did absolutely nothing to this woman, but she completely, went on a smear campaign and tried to villainize her and discredit her so that people wouldn't believe her. And she accused her of trying to steal money and all this crazy shit. So she's doing the same thing to Katie that she does to everybody else. The whole thing is that Katie has a pretty big crowd of haters, I guess we should say, and now that Katie's trying to, put the facts out there for the people who are questioning things, it's like, oh, she's the devil, So you have all these people like this girl, I'm just going to call her out. Her name was Tia Simone, and she made a video. And I just have to say this because it kind of just, it rubbed me the wrong way. She reached out to me. I told you guys, I started talking about this and then my ADHD kicked in. But that girl had reached out to me, right? I didn't really know what was up. Like anytime, no offense to her. It's not, I don't know the girl at all. I don't know anything about her. But no offense to her. Anybody who reaches out to me pertaining to Molly Golightly, if I know that they were friendly with her at one point in time, I definitely am a little skeptical, to say the least. I've gotten burned in the past by people who were friends with her that have reached out to me. So I'm always skeptical of anybody that reaches out to me and says that they want to speak about her to me. Okay. Especially if it's somebody that I don't know. And, they were friends with her at some point in time, because it really makes me question, are they trying to get like some type of information from me? Like, what is this person's motive for reaching out to me? So she reached out to me, but she wasn't very specific, and she wanted me to call her, and I was just like, listen, dude, I don't follow this woman anymore. I don't watch her lives. Like I don't really bother with her. The most I'll do is watch clip channels, and I'll comment under the clip channels, or if Burnt Toast is doing a video on her, I'll watch Burnt Toast video. But like me personally, I have no interest in her. I don't watch her lives. I really don't care about her, like care to watch her anymore. So anyway, one night somebody told me a Burnt Toast was going on this other panel. I forget the name of the channel right now. And so they're like, oh, I was like, oh, there was nothing else on. Let me go watch this, I'll see what's going on over there. So I go on, and they're talking about the whole Vaughn story and all that. And the girl Tia, who reached out to me, comes in the chat, and she asks for a link to go up on the panel. And she goes up on the panel, and she's like, I just have to ask a question. Like, she, I guess, had gone on Molly Golightly's panel a few times. And she said that one time she basically just got like dismissed off the panel, like in a really rude way. And we know how fucking rude she is. We know how rude she is and how rude she can be, and she dismissed her, and the girl was just questioning, like, is it my skin color? Like, what is it? But she was like, one thing that stood out to me while she was on this panel was that she was talking about the exposure she would gain by being on, friendly with Justices for All and whatever. So after the panel, I reached out to her, and I was like, listen, in all honesty, I can't stand Molly Golightly. Do I think she has racist tendencies? Yeah. She said some kind of questionable shit. Yeah. Like, did she call her exchange student from China Long Duck Dong? Yeah. But like, do I think, I said, send me the clip of the panel, and I'll tell you what I think, So she sent me the clip, and the girl was kind of quiet on the panel. I don't know. It was her, Justice for All, I think, and Molly Golightly, and somebody else on the panel. And like something was going on. I don't know. Somebody was calling Justice for All. I really didn't watch the whole thing. She gave me the timestamp of when she got kicked off, and like Molly Golightly was just like, thank you, Tia, and just like literally like just fucking kicked her off the panel. I don't know why. I don't think it had anything to do with her skin color, though. To be quite honest with you, I think it was just that she's fucking rude. She's an asshole. She don't care about other people. I don't even know why she brings other people up on her panel. So I just wrote back to the girl and I said, honestly, I don't know. I don't even know if I wrote back to her after that. But she wrote to me again and was, asking me to call her and stuff. So instead of calling her, I kind of was like, let me check her channel out and see what she's all about, So I start watching some of her videos and I see that like every night she's going live, kind of bashing Justice for All, I'm not Justice for All, Katie without a crystal ball. And I was like, oh, all right. And then I look in her chat and I see that Justice for All is one of her mods. And I'm like it's making me uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, listen, I told her a little short version about Molly Golightly and what she's all about. And, I don't know. I'm not going to accuse the girl of anything, but, if you want to continue to stand up for her and cater to the Katie haters, I guess, then, do your thing, girl. But I don't know. I really don't understand why she reached out to me in the first place, I guess, is what I'm saying. But I see her now doing, I did subscribe to her channel and I see her live nightly, talking about Katie this, Katie that. And then she was on Molly Golightly's panel the other day again when I was watching Alicia's live. Alicia was streaming it that, she was on panel again when they were basically making fun of this woman who was threatening the S word on her panel the other day. And the girl, Tia, who had reached out to me was up there. And I was like, dude, what are you doing, girl? Like, what are you doing? And then I questioned, is she just doing this because, she said on that panel it would help her exposure wise, to be friendly. And like, girl, trust me, if you're listening, if you ever hear this, you do not want to go that route. Okay. Befriending somebody on YouTube for exposure like that 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 you've been warned about, that there's plenty of videos out there, it ain't worth it, girl. She seems like a really nice girl, so I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. But like if you really need to think long and hard about who you're aligning yourself with for exposure. Going after Katie's going to get you exposure, and also aligning yourself with Molly Golightly is going to get you exposure. But it's not the type of exposure you're going to want in the long run, girlfriend. Just trust me on this one. She looks like a younger girl. I don't know how old she is, maybe in her 30s or something. I'm just letting you know, girlfriend, it ain't a good look. Goose, CK, that Goose person is also a mod on this girl's channel. Tia. I don't know if I'm saying her wrong name, and I apologize if I am. But she seems like a really nice girl. But I'm like, dude, trust me, like this ain't the way to go, boo-boo. It ain't. It ain't the way to go. It just isn't. Hey, Ravi. I'd rather channel build hating her than being connected to that person on a personal level. It's like, dude, I just like, knowing her and knowing the things that she's done in the past to people, that are involved in these cases, it's infuriating to me, to see these people acting like she's some innocent while they're bashing somebody else for doing the exact fucking shit that she does on a regular basis, and being one of her, I hate to use this word, but victims. Like, it's infuriating to watch that, because like I don't like to think of myself as a victim, okay? Because I always take the responsibility for my end of things. Is that like when I came here and I went live, I called this crazy asshole out, Okay. This crazy, unhinged asshole who doesn't know how to handle things in a normal, intelligent way. I called her ass out, and I kept calling her ass out. I wasn't letting her silence me. I wasn't letting her bully me. So, in me calling her ass out continuously, she did what a psychopath, person who doesn't know how to speak intelligently or fight intelligently does. She went real life. She used threats, she used doxing, she used intimidation against me, and that's what she does. That's how she fights. She fights dirty. And I knew that. I had the, feeling that she was like that. So I had to take the responsibility. That's why I hate using the word victim, because like a victim to me is somebody who's like attacked for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't attacked by her for no reason. I mean, she had a right to respond to the things that I was saying. It's just that she took it to a level that it didn't have to go to. She could have just responded in the same way I always responded to her when she talked shit about me. I just talked shit right back about her. But I look back now and I'm like, she hated that I was getting attention. She hated that people were actually listening to me and believing what I was saying because it was the truth, and she hated that. She hated that. And so she needed me to go. She tried everything in her power to try to get me off YouTube and to silence me. And I didn't allow her to silence me. And so that's why me not allowing her to silence me is what happened and why she went real life on me several times. Whether it was just doxing me, my family, paying people to come after me because I wouldn't shut the fuck up when she told me to. And this is a narcissistic person who's used to being in control all the time and getting her way. And I wasn't giving her her way. She didn't like that. She didn't like it at all. Sorry, I'm just watering my plant if you hear the water running. So, it is infuriating to sit there and just watch these people, saying things about Katie Joy like, oh, Katie doxes people. Katie goes into people's real lives. Katie lies about people. What else have I been hearing? And all these things. And I'm not sticking up for Katie because, to be quite honest with you, I don't follow Katie. Katie, I did see Katie in the chat on this Rock-a-Lot's channel, and Katie actually knew who I was. She and had asked me in the chat if didn't you have problems with her as well? Weren't you harassed and doxxed by her? I said, yeah, I sure was. I don't. Yeah, she hated that I didn't like her and she couldn't control me. And I don't know. I don't know. I know that Katie has a lot of haters. I know that. I know that Katie has been involved in some lawsuits with Tati Westbrook and other people on this platform. I know she's pissed a lot of people off, I did see even in the chat that day that she's very defensive. Like somebody was asking her in the chat, and I think she misunderstood it, which I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. It does happen in chat sometimes because typed words could be misconstrued easily. But I think the way I saw it at least, was like this person was asking a hypothetical question to her, like pertaining to Vaughn and his mother, right? Saying like, oh, well, how would you feel if your son, blah, blah, blah. I forget the exact question, but it was something to that effect, and she took it the wrong way. And she like writes back to the person like, don't worry about my kid, don't worry about my son. It's none of your business. And I'm like thinking like she's jumping down this person's throat for no reason, because like the person was like asking her a hypothetical question. They weren't actually asking about her son specifically. They were being hypothetical in the question. Hating Molly doesn't mean you like Katie. Exactly. That's what, exactly. I don't, I don't know enough about her, to be quite honest with you, to have a solid opinion. I know that I followed her channel years ago, when she used to pretty much just strictly cover the Teen Mom, show, because I used to watch that. Yeah, she has an active lawsuit with Todd Chrisley. I heard about that this week, but see, I don't even know who the hell Todd Chrisley is, and I don't know anything about that. I really don't. I don't know anything about that. I actually called into her show back in the day when she was covering Teen Mom. And then she was nice to me. It's not like she wasn't nice to me, but like, I feel like sometimes she's very, she has a very dry personality. She's like very serious and stiff. And I just like kind of just, got turned off by her just overall attitude and everything. So that's why I personally stopped following her, just because like she's just not really my cup of tea. The time when I watched her, which I didn't watch her on a regular basis, every once in a while, me and Purple Rain both followed the what do you call it? We both followed Teen Mom. Stop it. Sorry. Don't touch that. That's not yours. So, what do you call it? Stop biting. God. We both followed we followed Teen Mom and, the stuff that was going on with Janelle Evans at the time. And so we both, would watch her show every once in a while if there was any type of update regarding that. But I wasn't like a regular subscriber of hers by any means that like religiously watched her. I mean, I don't really think there's any channels that I, religiously watch on here. But, I mean, she's just not like my cup of tea. I typically wouldn't follow somebody like her, I guess is what I'm saying. And then once I heard about all the lawsuits and all that shit, I was like, yeah, I ain't got time for this. She's covering topics like the Duggars. I'm still subscribed to her, but I don't watch her videos, and I'll see that she's covering the Duggars story, and I have no interest in that. So, and I know she's controversial, and I know that people don't like her. Go get the ball, and that's fine, but don't ignore. My whole point in all of this is like, I understand that people don't like her and really don't like her, but don't ignore, just like I'm not ignoring that. I will acknowledge that she probably has done all these shitty things, and that's probably why people don't like her, and so I'm not gonna support her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supporting her, and I'm not a supporter of hers. But don't ignore that other people involved in this story have had just as shady, if not more shady. If I had to pick which one was more dangerous on this platform, it's going to be Molly Golightly all day. Just because she hasn't had lawsuits yet, she has received somewhere in the double digits, okay? Somewhere in the double digits. She has received that many cease and desists from people on this platform. How many have I ever received? 0. Never in my life received a cease and desist. Ever. Okay? She's well into the double digits when it comes to, hey, Smokey Perry. Hey, Brantley. Crazy Gemini. Sorry, I'm like, I missed all you guys coming in. CK. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't ignore that this woman has a pattern of harassing people, families, families, okay, victims of crimes, people that are actively being investigated in crimes. I mean, and this goes even to before I even met her. I hate saying met her, crossed paths with her, I guess I should say, right? I never actually met her, never had a conversation with her except to tell her she's a creepy fuck and to never call me again when she called me for the second time unsolicited, but yeah, I want to play the first voicemail I got from her, okay? Because this gives, I listened to this before actually, and this gives a really good handle on how fucking crazy this woman is. Hold on a second. We go into the history here because it's really it shows how much she lacks boundaries. Okay, I didn't know this woman at this point in time. All I had done at this point in time was I made a video about her. I'm sorry, I left a comment to Frankie Rusick. Okay, under one of the trial videos, not trial because they never went to trial, but it was a video of the court case against Chris Watts, right? I think it was on like one of those Law and Order or some justice channels or whatever. And I saw that he commented, and I left a comment. I know you guys all know this, but in case anybody new gets directed toward this video, I just want to reiterate it and paint the picture for people. I went under their video, left a comment to him, and I said, just be careful with this Molly Golightly lady because, you know, given her personality, she seems a little money and fame hungry is basically what I was saying. And your family's already going through enough right now. You know, you don't need people like this taking advantage of you. That's basically what I was trying to tell him. Just be careful with her. That's all. That's all I wanted to tell this guy. Okay. One of her weirdo people screenshot my comment, sent it to her. And the next thing I know, I'm getting like messages from people that she's on a live talking about me, calling me a skank, and she only has like less than 1,000 subscribers or whatever it was at the time, And so I decided to respond the way many people do on YouTube by making a video in which I thought nobody would ever even watch because I only had 100 or so, a couple hundred, maybe 1,000. No, I had over 1,000 at that time. That's right. I had over 1,000 subscribers at that time, so all right, a couple people maybe view this video. But it ended up getting like 15,000 views on it. Okay. Which I was just shocked. Which I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of views in YouTube standards, but for me, it was a lot at the time, it still is for me. I'm a small channel, but I mean, and then it just got into this back and forth until she copyright struck my channel because I think I played a clip of her on that video. And when I responded, I played the clip and then I responded to it. Well, she then copyright struck me, got my information via the copyright strike, right? Which I didn't know because it was the first time I ever even knew you could do such a thing. So I basically handed her my information. And then she calls me one night when I'm like falling asleep while she's on a live, totally unsolicited. And she shows the chat my phone number. There was like 600 people in her chat, and she showed the entire chat my phone number. And there's a screenshot of it on one of my thumbnails of my videos. Something about her, the sneaky way YouTubers dox you or something like that. So listen to this message, okay? Because like there might be people in here right now that never heard this. And I need people to hear this because it really shows how fucking crazy this woman is. Like, this is like this bizarre message that she left me that like, I don't, it was weird, dude. Hold on. To put it out. Hold on a second. All right. Let me know if you guys could hear it. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Hi, Leanna. I was just going to say hi. It's Molly Gold.
Actually, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna let me do this. Let me do this in a different way. I'm gonna share the audio so you guys can really hear it. Because right now it's just going out of my speaker and through my microphone. I want to do actual share audio so that it comes through loud and clear for you guys. So just give me 1 second here so I can just change this. It's fucking bizarre, dude. Like, I know there's people in here that probably weren't around at this time. Even Hummingbird, she wasn't around. Just Angel, you might not have been around. Crazy Gemini was definitely around. I know she was. She's a fucking long timer. So yeah. Is that the lady who was on MGL's panel? Who's that, Just Angel? No, this is her calling me. Now, mind you, I never gave this woman my phone number intentionally. If she got it, I don't know if she got it through the copyright strike, because I don't remember whether or not you have to put your phone number down, but I do know you have to put your full name down and your email address and maybe your home address. I'm not 100% sure, so that they could serve you, should you need to go to court for the copyright shit. So phone number, I'm not sure, but either way, once she had my name, it was very easy to find my phone number, to say the least. So oh shit, hold on, I did this the wrong way. So like, she called me out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't give this asshole my phone number. I didn't willingly give her my phone number. Like, I try to picture myself doing something like that, calling somebody that I never met like this. Like, it's fucking weird, dude. All right, so here we go. I got it set up the right way. Do me a favor, don't fucking call me. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Hi, Leanna. Hi, Leanna. I was just going to say hi. It's Molly Golightly, and I'm doing a live.
I have to be honest with you guys. When I originally got this message, I thought, first of all, she called from an unknown number. So I don't answer those, you know, because at the time people were like, oh, Makeup Monster didn't answer the phone. She's a pussy. Dude, I never answer unknown numbers ever, ever. If it's somebody that needs me, they can leave a message, you know, and if they don't, then it's probably a spam call. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't answer them. I'm not the only person. I had no idea she was calling me until I listened to the message. And I was sleeping pretty much when she called.
And everyone's watching, and I wanted to wish you well on your channel. I think you're super sweet.
I just realized it was 10:30 at night too. Like, who calls somebody at 10:30 at night?
I think it's very flattering what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. I want you to know that I don't know why you're doing the things that you're doing and getting yourself mixed up with the wrong types of people. I really hope that you consider a change of heart.
I just gotta tell you guys, I have no fucking idea who she's referring to in this wrong types of people. I really don't know who she's talking about. I assumed at the time, and I still don't know if that's who she was talking about, but she says something on here about people that are going after the Rusek family, which is Shanann's family. And there was this entire Facebook group, which JLR, yes, JLR, that JLR was a part of. And he was a major fucking troll in that group. He would post this outrageous shit about Shanann all the time in there, you know, and put false information out. And just say really weird things. Same shit he pretty much, you know, did with the Sandy Hook and all that bullshit. You guys know what you know his gig, right? So I don't know if she was referring to those people, but I was not. I was in that Facebook group when it started, but then there was a certain point in time where the original people who started it handed it over to these other, basically this troll group called Cable and Company, they called it at the time. It was this guy, Trent Cable, which obviously isn't the guy's real name. All the administrators, all the admins had fake profiles and fake names. So you didn't really know who anybody really was. You know, they were operating under fake names and fake profiles, which is that group and that case is the reason why I would never, ever join another Facebook group for a crime case under my own name ever again, ever. So, so anyway, I don't know. I don't know if that's who she's pertaining to, but like, I was not involved with those people in any way, shape, or form.
In getting involved with these people that want to do harm to these people being the Ruseks. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
I think that they've been through enough. And I think that the bullshit has to stop. Now, my phone number is public.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but she goes, my phone number is public. Like, what? So what do you want me to do? So in order to speak to you, I have to first find your name out and then, you know, look up and find your phone number. Like, why wouldn't you just leave your phone number? Why are you telling me that it's public? It's so weird.
So you can always reach out and speak one-on-one to me, which I don't think you're going to do.
No.
And you can call and curse me out and make this into like this big thing, but you're not going to do that. So I do wish you well on your channel. I wish you luck with your family and your life. But speaking from mother to mother, Italian to Italian, East Coast to East Coast.
You see how I just want to point this out because like I keep seeing this getting thrown around too in the comment sections where people are like, "Oh, she's half Puerto Rican. She's half Puerto Rican. She's only half Puerto Rican when it matters." So she's split, I guess, just like I am. I'm half Italian and I'm half Hungarian, right? So, but like I don't use one more than the other. I mean, I identify more with my Italian side of the family because I never even met my Hungarian side of the family. So I don't know my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? But my Italian family, that's who I identify with. That's what I identify with the most because I was raised by an Italian mother, Italian traditions, Italian food. You know what I'm saying? The Hungarian side, I mean, not so much, I don't know much about the Hungarian side of my family. Unfortunately, I would love to know more about them, and their traditions and stuff like that. But I just, I didn't get that opportunity, unfortunately, in life, But like, I don't throw out that when it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? Like, she throws it out. So now that thinks she's speaking with another Italian person, she's Italian. She's going to throw the Italian thing out. But when she's dealing with issues of race or anything like that, she throws out the Puerto Rican card. It's just weird.
I really hope that you will reconsider getting in bed with people that are so tight with the Walsh family.
No idea.
That's all I'm going to say. This is nothing personal.
Now listen to this closely, okay? She's saying now with that, I still don't know what the fuck she's saying. People who are in bed with the Watts family. Like, I was friendly with Kay at the time. And that was about it, but I don't know why she's like involving me so deep in this whole Chris Watts thing, because I really wasn't part of anybody's groups like that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't involved in anything pertaining to going after the family or anything like that ever. So I don't know why. I think she was trying to lead. I think this was part of her thing, that she was like trying to lead other people to believe that I supported Chris Watts, because she had said that on her live a few times at that point in time, that like she was trying to make people believe that I was a Chris Watts supporter. And it was like, I never supported Chris Watts, dude, ever. Did I question, the story at the beginning before we had all the information? Yeah, I did, but I never supported him. I questioned things, but I didn't support him, but she knew that by saying that I was a Chris Watts supporter, because there was people that were pretty much supporting him, by saying that, it would pretty much cause a hate mob to come after you. The same way right now, if somebody called me a Candace Wells supporter, right? This fucking hate mob would come after me for supporting, Don Wells and Candace Wells. So it was like the same idea. That's what she was trying to do. That's how I took it. But listen to this next part where listen to how ominous this is.
Seriously. No one's going to have your information. No one's going to get your address from me. But you're way too easy to find. And these people have found out your information. I'm just letting you know that you might think that it's all fun and games now, but when they decide that they're done with you, you're not going to like what happens. And it ain't coming from me. It ain't coming from my people. I'm just saying that this is real. This is real shit. Seriously. When they're done with you, they're not going to make your exit look good. I'm just giving you a heads up. I wish you well. God bless you and your thing.
Like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? What? I don't even know what that last part meant. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it sounds like a warning to me. She would do this often. I'm sure she still says it. Listen, I don't watch this asshole. I don't, unless it's on a clip channel. But I'm sure she still does the same thing where she's like, oh, people are going to get your information. It's not going to come from me, which she's basically telling me that she has my information because she had already, showed my phone number to a chat filled with 600 people in it, so she's threatening me basically. with my information. That's what that was, without actually threatening me, So she's like, these people, what people? Her. Oh, they have your information. How'd they get my information? I didn't share my personal information here. The only time I shared it was with her by accident, pretty much. So, mhm. So yeah, that was her, threatening me in a really low key kind of way, threatening me. And then, after this, the next thing that pretty much happened, uh, was that, I get swatted while she's sitting up on Laura's panel, saying right beforehand, something's, about to go down and I'm going to get the blame for it tomorrow. Make sure you tag me in all the videos. Make sure you hashtag me. And then 2 seconds later, the cops are at Makeup Mobster's house. Oh, stop. And then she tried to, this is fucking, a classic gaslighter here, because after I was swatted, she was trying to convince people that it was fake. I faked it. It didn't really happen. And I was like, why is this woman trying so hard to convince people that it didn't really happen? Well, I think there was a few reasons for it. Number one is because she was responsible for it. But number two, I think the whole swatting thing backfired on her. I think that when it happened, me and Marianne, okay, had both criticized her and made videos. Starlight made a funny video about her, right? About fupa candles or some bullshit, right? It was a funny video, harmless, totally harmless. And I had made some videos calling out her, shitty behavior, but again, harmless, um, I, she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle that people were laughing at her or criticizing her. You have to remember, this was a person that at this point in time, she used to turn off all her comments on her videos. Okay. She just recently started allowing comments on her videos. But years ago, she would turn off comments if she even left the live up, because most of the time she would delete the live, because she was always very worried about losing her channel, getting struck. So she would talk a bunch of shit and then turn, either delete the live or keep the live posted and turn the comments off. So I think she hated that me and Starlight were basically providing a place for people to talk shit about her on her channel, on our channels and in our comments. So, her way of getting rid of us, and she couldn't shut us up with these threats and doxing and all that other bullshit. The next logical step was to, swat us and hope that would get us off the internet. And I specifically remember her saying the day after it happened, oh, my husband would throw my computer out the window and tell me to never go online again. Like that's what she was hoping would have happened, but it didn't. And then she started to try to, it backfired in the sense where she thought it was going to get rid of us, but it didn't get rid of us. Not only did it not get rid of us, it kind of got us more attention, and trust me, it wasn't attention that I wanted, but it just kind of happened. This community formed and kind of rallied up behind us because of those calls, and it became a really big thing. So, and it had an opposite effect than what she wanted, originally. So I think, her trying to convince people that it didn't happen was just another way to discredit me, obviously, but also, to take the attention off of me, because it backfired. That's not what the result was supposed to be. The result was supposed to be me, Starlight, Mandy running away with our tails in between our legs, but that's not what happened. So, and I was, from the very minute it happened, I didn't have any enemies on YouTube. She was the only person I had an issue with on YouTube. The only person that I ever had an issue with on YouTube at that point in time. So I knew it, well, maybe her and Laura, but I didn't really have an issue with Laura. I just kind of stopped talking to Laura at that point in time. And, to this day, I still question whether Laura knew or not, because when I go back and I watch Laura's reaction to it, it's odd. It's odd because right away, Laura starts denying that it happened, and Laura starts denying that she played a role in it, But I gave Laura the benefit of the doubt after doing, seeing her Patreon chats, and seeing that she was collecting my information in there after the fact. It told me that she would have already had my information if she was the person who did it or had any part in it. So then I started to think, well, maybe that's why it was done on Laura's panel. Maybe Laura was set up to be the kind of patsy, the red herring, the fall guy. Maybe that's why it was done the night while they were all on Laura's panel that night. It was purposely done that night on Laura's panel, you know? So I convinced myself that Laura didn't know. But to be quite honest with you guys, I always questioned that whether she knew or not, just based on her reactions that night, and her denying that it actually happened, but shortly after Laura, I mean, in the days after, Laura knew it happened. I think once she saw it, she knew I wasn't lying about it. Molly Golightly, on the other hand, continued to accuse me of making the whole thing up and saying it was so weird because if you watch the video, right, I'll never forget this. I was sitting there. Diane was on panel. Starlight was on panel. Nikki was on panel, or Gretchen, as she goes by now. And Stephanie, right? Stephanie Brown was on my panel. And I'll never forget this. I was tired, first of all. I was exhausted. But I was also thinking the whole time we were on panel, I had these fucking, the Nestle ice cream cones that have the chocolate, like the hard chocolate over them that they sell at the grocery store, comes in the blue box. I had those in my freezer downstairs. And the whole time we were on panel, that was all I could think of was those fucking ice cream cones. I was starving. I was fucking starving. And so I get up, I tell them, hold on, guys, I'm going to go grab an ice cream, right? At that exact same time. And I can understand almost how it looks weird from an outsider, right? At that exact same time, I go leave the room, and I don't remember if I actually got the ice cream out of the freezer or if I walked. I'm pretty sure I only got halfway there. I think I got the ice cream later after everything. But I remember getting a couple of steps down, and I hear somebody pounding on my front door. And I'm like, what the fuck? And you got to mind you, it's 2:00 in the morning, so it's not at a reasonable time where somebody would be knocking on your door like that. And they weren't just lightly knocking. They were fucking pounding on my door with their fists. And I was like, what the fuck? And then halfway down, I get down and I hear somebody open my front door because it wasn't locked. I hear them actually open the front door. Like, we have two doors, we have a storm door, they call it. I know they don't have those outside of New York. They do, but I know it's not as common like down south. But up here, most people have two doors. You have your storm door, which is either glass or it has a screen in it, and then you have your, regular door, like front door with the key and everything. So I heard them opening my regular door. Okay. They opened both doors basically. And I heard it opening, and that's when you hear me yelling for my husband that they're trying to get in and I'm going to call the cops. I had no idea who it was. I thought somebody was trying to break into my house that night when I heard the front door open, and I started screaming for my husband, and I'm like, they're opening the door. My husband runs down there and he's like, it's the cops, and I'm like, oh my God. So she would try to convince people that because I got up to get ice cream, which personally I think was divine intervention. Swear to God, somebody up there, whether it was my mom, my dad, somebody was looking out for me that night and fucking made me hungry. And I believe in this shit. And if you don't, well, I don't know what to tell you, but I believe in this shit. Somebody was looking out for me because I think to myself, if I didn't get up to get that ice cream, those cops would have just barged into my house and something bad could have happened. I think my dog was locked in the room, but let's just say he wasn't. He could have attacked them and they could have killed my dog. I could have came downstairs and they could have killed me because they were told, mind you guys, the police were told that I had a gun in the house and that I was suicidal. Okay. That I was fighting with my husband and that I was suicidal and that I was, and I had a gun. So I could have very easily gotten shot that night. Did the technical SWAT team show up here? No, but there was about 5 or 6 patrol cars outside of my house. And when I opened my front door, there was 3 very unhappy police officers standing at my front door, you know? Um, and so her trying to convince everybody that it didn't happen, that I got up and got ice cream, and like, what's the chances that, I got up to get ice cream and then it happened? I don't know, dude. Was that a coincidence? Yeah. But she was really, really trying to convince people that I did it to myself, which is obviously impossible because you could see I'm on the live. I'm on camera. I'm not just on the live. I mean, the live's still up on my channel. It's called Ladies Night After Party or something like that. You could go back to it and you could watch the whole entire live. And I'm on camera the whole entire live. I don't go off camera. So you could see I didn't do it to myself, like she was trying to convince people. And, it made me, Rhett's mom, yes, you were around at that time too. I know you remember, made me question, like, why is this woman trying so hard to convince everybody that this didn't, not only that it didn't happen to me, but that I did it to, if it did happen, I did it myself. Like, why are you trying to convince people so badly that this is bullshit? And then it was even harder for her to do it because it happened the next night to Starlight. And that was even worse because, she's got 2 young girls and she's by herself, that was even worse, even more scary, and I think it threw the whole community into a tizzy and a tailspin. And I just don't think it had the outcome that she wanted. And then there was a point in time where she tried to, herself pretend that she got swatted by people because she saw the attention that we got. And she was like, damn, I want that attention. I was watching Hello Starlight. I was not watching Starlight that night because I was watching Laura's live that night. Because they were on Laura's panel again. And I was trying to figure out, I always from day one thought it had something to do with her. Obviously, I know she didn't make the call because just like I was, she was on camera the whole entire night. But, we come to find out it's her best friend who was on the panel with them that night, Oni, and he muted himself and went and made the call. And it lines up. If you watch my video that I made, it all lines up. It all lines up. Now that I see all her actions now, I believe she was behind all of the horrible things that go down in this community. And Alicia, you know what? That night really, and I didn't realize this until much later, I really at first thought Alicia had done it. I knew it was one of her friends, and I knew it was being done for her because, Alicia, I have to talk about this just because it's part of the whole story. I think it was about a week prior. Alicia had called me up and I was at Home Depot, right? And Alicia called me and I answered the phone. And at first she was very like trying to, kind of be like, just leave Molly alone, leave her alone. You and Starlight need to stop. You need to leave her alone. You need to stop, And I'm like, listen, dude, don't get tough with me. Like, you don't know me. You don't even fucking know me. Don't get tough with me. I didn't know at the time Marissa was on the phone, right, Alicia? I think she was. So she was basically saying, like, we need to leave her alone and all this shit. Now, do I think that Alicia played any role in the swatting? I just want to put it out there. Absolutely not. No, I don't think anybody on that panel knew except for Oni and Marissa and possibly Laura, but more so Oni and Marissa, because if you go watch the live, Marissa's watching which she never did. I don't know if people realize this, but at the time, she used to brag about having her, oh, I made my whole channel with just my phone. I don't have any fancy equipment, no microphones, I made it with just my phone, just me and my phone. And that night was like one of the first nights she had a laptop and you could actually see the laptop, the reflection of the laptop. And she's watching my live while this is all going on. She's watching it, waiting for it to happen. And you could see her watching my chat and she's reacting to it. She's making faces. She's reading comments. Laura took the live down for some reason. That's another thing that makes me question Laura, because Laura had taken that live down and I just don't know why. I don't know. I don't even think that channel exists anymore, though. I think the one that this all happened on, I'm not sure if it was on her big channel or one of her other channels. But anyway, you know, a week before, Alicia probably didn't know this, is what I'm trying to say. She was giving me a warning. You know what I'm saying? That was the warning before this happened. Was like one of those kind of like, I'm going to give you one last chance to cut your shit. You know, stop talking about me. Stop calling my ass out. You know, stop exposing what a narcissist I am. And that I'm using people for money. Okay? Victims' families for money. Stop doing that. If you don't, you're going to have a problem. Do I think Alicia thought that that was going to, you know, be the result? No, I seriously think she thought she was calling me that day to try to resolve something, because we did end up talking, you know, rather nicely at the end of the conversation with one another. You know, I never hated Alicia. I always, you know, was like, listen, like we have things in common actually, you know, and that's what we talked about at the end of the conversation. We talked about, you know, photography and shit like that. But she, you know, she had originally called me because, you know, Marissa was had enough with us at that point in time. She had enough. Oni and MJL would not include me in many things because Oni didn't like me. That's right, because I was friends with Laura. 100%. And the other thing is, they set Alicia up, and I do believe that this is another thing that makes me believe that she had no role in it. When the cops came to my house, they said that the person who called on me, and they kept referring to the person as a she, and so I always thought it was one of the girls on the panel, and I did at first think Oni, and then because Oni did this live the next day about swatting with Duty Ron. He pulled Duty Ron up on panel with him. It was crazy. That was the first time I've even heard of Duty Ron. So he pulls Duty Ron up on panel, and they do this like live about, you know, swatting and the dangers of swatting, you know. Meanwhile, he's the fucking serial swatter, this guy. But he's, you know, he coaxed a cop who had no idea what was going on. You know, he thinks he's doing a good thing. So he tricks Duty Ron into coming on his panel, and it ends up he's a swatter. It's pretty ironic, but you know, so I did have suspicions in him, but I kept going back to the fact that the cop said she. If you listen to my dispatch call, which is also on my channel, in fact, we could listen to it if you'd like. You know, you could hear the cop saying she, referring to the caller. And they also said that the caller was calling from Louisiana. Okay, so right away, I thought Alicia lived in Louisiana at the time. You know, it makes sense. She called me a week ago, right? And tried to, you know, resolve things and tried to kind of get me off of Molly Golightly's back. And it didn't work, you know. And here I am a week later being swatted, and the numbers coming from Louisiana. They set her ass up. Oni did, at least. You know, Oni set her ass up. He wanted her to be the swatter. And then about a month or so after the cop calls happened, right? I think it was Nikki. These fake text messages were emailed to, you know, one of the girls on my panel that night, Gretchen or Nikki, right? And the fake texts were made to look like Alicia having a conversation with, I believe it was Potty Mouth Mama at the time. So it was, and both of them were from Louisiana. What's the chances? Both of them are from Louisiana. What's the chances, right? And they're having a conversation about swatting us, you know, and then they're blaming Laura. They're saying that they're doing it for Laura. Okay. Nowadays, I fully believe that Oni was the person who made those text messages and sent them. I fully believe that Oni was the person who made those text messages to try to set up Alicia and or Potty Mouth. One of them. They were trying to make it look like either one of them were it. I wonder, I still have those text messages, and I know they're on a live somewhere on maybe Stephanie's channel or Starlight's channel. But yeah. those text messages, if I read them to you guys right now, I should read them because I haven't really read them, in years. But those text messages were made to, make it look like it was Alicia. So when I say that all that makes me, firmly believe that she had no idea what was going on and that this was between Oni and Molly Golightly. And mind you, I never had a problem with Oni. Okay. The only problem I had with Oni was that I called him out one time because Gays for Justice called into his, live and was pretending to be an ex-girlfriend of Chris Watts. It's the only time I ever called him out. Just saying, like, that's not right to do that. But I don't think, me doing that would, cause him to swat me. And then what made even less sense was him and Starlight. I don't think they ever even said 2 words to each other. So what motive would he have for doing that to her is what I'm saying. She never did anything to him, never talked about him, So he was doing it for his friend. Here's the dispatch call to my house. Hold on a second. I forgot I have to do share audio. But you could hear exactly what was said on this call. And like, trust me, I hate revisiting this shit and talking about it just because it's old and I love to move past it. But, this is what, when Katie's being called out, right? Did Katie ever have anybody swatted? I don't think so. So you just got to put it out there. Do you guys hear it? He said husband versus wife. Wife does own a gun. Caller says they were on the phone with the wife in the name of Liana. So she said that husband was fighting with wife. She was on the phone with me. I was fighting with my husband. And the friend who called in said she was afraid that I was going to, off myself. And that there's a child in the home and I have a gun. You'll hear about the gun. Possible gun. They said the wife owns the gun, doesn't know if she has it out or not. Oh, wait, you can't hear the video? Oh, my God. All right, let me rewind. Sorry. I always do this. I forgot to do the share audio and I have my headphones in. So let me go back. I'm like translating it for you guys. And you can't even hear it. All right. Is it sharing audio? Just let me know if you could hear it. Hold on. I'm not playing it yet. Okay.
85, you third party.
You guys hear that? I just played like 2 seconds of it. Just let me know if you could hear it. Oh, dolls, absolutely. They could have gotten me killed. 100%. They could have gotten me killed. 10-4. All right, let's go. Let's play this. All right, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I'm just translating it because it's kind of hard to hear. Between the New York accent and the fuzz. No pun intended.
85, you third party. Husband versus wife. Wife does own a gun.
Saying husband versus wife. Wife does own a gun.
Caller said you were on the phone with the wife, the name of Liana, and I heard her fighting with her husband.
So it says the caller says that they were on the phone with the friend named Liana and that I was fighting with my husband.
Said she is worried that her friend is going to commit suicide as well. There's a child.
So it says that the friend is worried that I'm going to off myself, right? Commit suicide. It's already on here. Might as well say it, right? And that there's a child as well in the house.
The location.
Something about the location.
13, is there a gun? Possible gun?
So the one guy's asking, is there a gun, possible gun?
Yeah, they said the wife owns a gun. I don't know if she has it out or not.
Said the wife owns a gun, don't know if she has it out or not.
Go to what one? Travel. 13 on it down to the control. 1 mile west of 58.
So this is all, they're just basically saying that they arrived at my house. So there's really not much more to play that's interesting in this. It's just the whole, that was really the part that, that you should hear. That they said that I had a gun in my house. I mean, that right there escalated things from, you know what I'm saying? From just making a call to have the police show up to a potentially dangerous situation. Thank God the cops were intelligent enough to know that when they rolled up to my house and all the lights in my house are turned off because it's 2:00 in the morning, obviously nobody's up and fighting. Plus, I was told this by a cop who works in the precinct that like they know, get out of there. They know, they know the houses that they typically go to the same houses for domestics, so rolling up to my house, they've never been here, so thank God, they didn't come here with their guns drawn, but it could have potentially been a very, very dangerous situation. Absolutely. Get out of there. So, I mean, and again, I'm not saying she didn't know or she did know, but Oni had no motive to do this to me. None. Zero. I wasn't bothering this guy. I wasn't talking about him on a regular basis. In fact, anytime I did speak on Oni, I actually, liked him. That's the sad part. I actually enjoyed Oni. I actually thought he was entertaining. I thought he was funny. I liked his bubbly personality. And it was sad. I just wished that Oni didn't had picked better friends. But, then Molly Golightly tried blaming Jay's for justice. And even at one point in time, flat out said that Jay knew about it. Well, how do you know that Jay knew about it if you're not supposed to know about it? If you knew nothing of it. I wonder if Rockala has been threatened yet. Probably. Sorry that happened to you. Well, I joined his Discord, and because I do worry, about people that call her out. I do worry about other people that call her out, I do. And now, mind you, this wasn't like the end of it, but this was just, just a little snippet of of what happened. Hey, there's that website that we can't click on. Yeah, Georgia Dog. I remember that. That was M's. That was another time where, she's just fucking crazy, dude. She did not like that. I think one of the things that bothered her the most, Molly Golightly, about me was that, first of all, I never gave her the time of day to even have a conversation with her. I wouldn't. I think I'm one of the only people here that's never even given her a chance to hear her out. Because I'm like, what do you, why? Why even bother? All she's going to do is either yell or try to manipulate me in some way or gaslight me in some way. So what purpose is there of having a conversation with her? I think that's why I used to get so frustrated with like people like Diane and like even Starlight at times, because I was like, why are they even giving this woman the time of day? Like she's just going to manipulate you. Why even give her the fucking opportunity to manipulate you or try to manipulate you? I'm not fucking giving her that opportunity. I know she's a narcissist. I knew she was a fucking narcissist from the get-go. So to me, there's no purpose of having a conversation with somebody who's a compulsive liar who just gaslights and manipulates everybody. I'm not giving her that opportunity. So I think that bothered her. I think the thing that really bothered her more than anything was that people actually respected me, at that time. I had a pretty decent amount of respect. I know that there's people out there now that don't have respect for me, and that's fine, but at that time, I feel like the majority of people did have respect for me, and that was something that she could never get, was respect. Even as far as my, grief series and everything, I'm nobody, right? I'm just a person who went through some shit with my mom passing away, and I decided to tell my story and make videos. But if you go under any one of those videos, you'll see all the people under there telling me that I helped them. I helped them through their grief, or I helped them understand their situation better that they went through. And I'm glad that I see those, because it makes it all worth it. That's why I did this. Part of why, I made those videos. But, at the time she was really pushing the life coaching thing and nobody was really taking her seriously. People are like, this lady's not a life coach. Like, she got arrested in New Orleans, she's not a fucking legitimate life coach, and she would try to make these life coaching videos, but like nobody took them seriously. Because if you listen to them, they're just all fluff bullshit. They don't even have any purpose. She can't really tell a story or stick to a topic for too long. So it's like, nobody was respecting her as a life coach at the time and saying, "Oh, your videos helped me so much." I mean, there were some people saying that, but I think it really bothered her that I was, respected by people in that sense. Thank you. Still watching your grief series. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. Nana, thank you. Beef ribs. No, I never wavered on her. I mean, I had her pegged from day one, and I've never I've never given her the time of day. And I'm like one of the only people here that, not here, I'm saying, I know there's other people here in the chat that have never, cared for her, but there's a lot of creators who originally didn't like her, right? Then started talking to her, even subscribers, tried to give her a chance, thought maybe she had changed, and then, realized that she's not who, she tries to present herself to be sometimes. And I was just one of the only ones that just was like, no, from day one. This woman's dangerous. She's not, she's not a good person. Oh yeah, pugs. Well, that's the whole thing too, right? When I went and joined her Patreon, that was during the time when, Oni had swatted himself, right? And pretended that he was Jay for Justice. And so Jay, kudos to her. She filed the Freedom of Information Act on his ass, got his 911 call for his alleged swatting that he called in on himself, and she outed his ass. And then I don't know if she helped Starlight or Starlight did it herself, but, Starlight then was finally able to obtain her call. And, I mean, Oni's voice, unfortunately for him, in a way, is so distinct that there's no mistaking that it's him on those tapes. I mean, there's just no mistaking. His voice is that distinctive. I don't know anybody else that sounds like him in this community or anywhere, so that really bit him in the ass, because there's some people here whose voices you might be like, is that person's voice or no? But his voice is so obvious and so distinctive that, I mean, it's blatantly obvious it's him, who made these calls. So with that, we know he also made my call, and you guys know I was able to find out via, a third party that was able to hear my phone call that it was more likely than not him. So what are the names of your videos? Make them up there. So the scoop, if you go on my channel, on my, home page on my channel, I have two playlists on there right on my homepage. So there's When Evil Enters Your Life, and it has all the videos in order. And then there's a second one called When Grief Enters Your Life, and that's all the videos are in there. I made it pretty easy so that if people need to find them, they're like right there on the front page, and they're all in the playlist. So for you. MM and Alicia should start an MGL Survivor series, right? I have no respect for people who keep going back to MGL knowing what a twat she is. I totally agree with that, Beefbergs. Like, at this point in time, if anybody in this little community goes back to her, I have no fucking sympathy for you when she fucks you over, because she will fuck you over. You know, we've seen it. Every single person that has gone over to her has gotten screwed over by her eventually. You know, every person that stood by her side, every bulldog she had, every pit bull she had, they've all gotten screwed over. You know, justice for all, it's only a matter of time until this guy gets screwed over. I don't think he cares. You know, I think that their friendship is a mutually, you know, beneficial one. I think that he helped, you know, she helped build his channel, and you guys will hear it when their friendship falls apart. She'll throw that in his face. You know, you wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for me. You know, like she does with all of her other friends if they do become, you know, somewhat successful on here. And I know you won't, Alicia. I'm surprised they can't get arrested. Oh, well, the subterranean truth apparatus. Oni actually did you know, have to, he did get arrested, but he got arrested for his call that he made on himself. And then he had to pay a fine, and I believe he had to do some community service. All this shit's on here. You know, you guys can find it if you type his name into the search box. It'll come up, you know, it'll all come up. But, you know, unfortunately for me with her, that it didn't end at the SWAT calls and all that shit. You know, after the whole thing, I got in her Patreon, and then that's when my family got doxxed in her Patreon. She doxxed my brother and his wife. And at that point in time, she was paying people to come after me. And, you know, I know these people probably don't, you know, let me put it like this, okay? It's not like she was like saying to people, here's $50, go after make a mobster. That's not how it went down. But what would happen was, right, at the time I was fighting with Starlight and I was fighting with Mandolin, right? And so she saw when they talked about me, she would go and drop $50 in their PayPal, right? Or super chat. But for Starlight, it was PayPal. And for Mandolin, it was PayPal, right? And then, you know, what happens is people are like, oh, well, you know, now that you feel indebted to her. So you start to take on, probably even without knowing it, you take on her battles, you know, you feel like you have to do something. This woman just bestowed, you know, $50 upon me. So now I got to do something in return, you know, so whether, you know, you're not going to pay her back with money. So, you know, you pay her back by being loyal to her on YouTube, fighting her battles for her, going after the people that she hates, you know. And she did that with what was that girl's name? Truth Seeker Knows. You know, that girl came out of me, after me for no fucking reason. And you could literally, you know, I have a screenshot of it somewhere. She came after me, and the next day Molly Golightly puts $50 in her PayPal, and she thanks her for it on her community post, you know. So, you know, it's like, here, you're doing what I want you to do. Keep doing it. Here's $50. You know, why are you giving people $50 for no reason? All the people that talk about me are getting $50. Brian got $50, you know, in his PayPal. Truth Seeker Knows. Then you got Black Queen, who got money, you know, for coming after me. Christina, there's no question that she was paying Christina too. You know, so at that time, that's what she was doing, paying people to come after me. Then I go in her Patreon and I see that my family is doxxed in there, my brother and his wife. And she said that she reached out to them. She wrote in her Patreon that she reached out to my brother's wife, who I don't get along with. Okay. And she put a screenshot of, you know, a picture of my brother and wrote his name, and then a picture of his wife, and it had her work phone number on it and where she worked and everything. Okay. And then she even admitted to reaching out to them. And it's fucking crazy how she gaslit everybody. And she gaslit her whole Patreon into thinking that they didn't see it. It's crazy. I mean, she wrote a post like 2 weeks later because she deleted it once she got confronted about it. Because that's when I created the Molly Go Hershey channel. You know, I was like, you're not fucking doxing me. I think that was after the birthday celebration too that she had for me. This fucking psycho goes live on, you know, my birthday and is narcissistic enough to think that I would actually spend my birthday watching her. Like, it's just insane. I was away that weekend. I wasn't even home. I think we were on a trip. And she goes live, and she brings up every person that doesn't like me, and she even named it like birthday celebration Leona, whatever the fuck she calls me. And she puts that and she finds this other channel, and she plays a video with my mom's voice on it, who's no longer here, and it's just like, dude, like, to try to fuck me up on my birthday, because there was nothing she could say about me unless she lied. She always used to lie and tell people I stalked her, I drove by her house. A lot of lies about me. Never fucking drove by that woman's house. I don't even, I know where she lives. I have her address, yeah, because I did dox her ass. I did. I didn't dox her address. Oh, maybe I did. No, I did. I doxed her fucking address on a video. But again, this was after my family was in her Patreon. I mean, and she had doxed me so many times at this point in time. It's not even funny. So, I don't know why, her Patreons needed to know who my brother and his wife were, but okay. So, and even though I don't talk to them, and I don't really give a shit if people from the internet fucking harass them because they deserve it probably, it's just the principle. You don't fuck with my family, dude, at the same time. There's no need for your Patreons to have my brother's information or his wife's information. You fucking piece of shit. I seriously worry about, this family now and these people, because she doesn't think about these things. She just doesn't think about these things. All she's worried about in her mind is money, fame, attention. That's all she gives a shit about. And it's obvious. Money is, and I would say even more so than money, fame is her main motivator. Attention is her main motivator. Narcissistic supply is her main motivator. And the more of it, she can never have enough of it, right? So the more of it she gets, the better off she is. And so, she's not thinking of these people and what this is going to do to them, by bringing all this internet attention to them. And, now look, these people thought, okay, this woman's giving money to us to help us. And now you have the whole internet questioning these people. They didn't think that was going to happen. They didn't know that was a possibility, but she did. But she doesn't give a shit. Sticky notes, she's totally fucking exploiting this family. 100,000% exploiting this family, like she does with every other family. You got to remember, when I first found her on here, okay, she was just coming off the tail end of the Melissa Schumann bullshit, okay, harassment of Melissa Schumann, who accused Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys of basically, assaulting her in a sexual way, right? And she was just coming off of that. So she deleted her Twitter account, and she was trying to rebuild something here on YouTube because she had gone way too far. Yeah, there's messages of Letitia. Oh, really? Talking shit on her. That's interesting. She had gone way too far with that whole situation. So she was trying to put that behind her. I do believe because, she was about to be in some serious legal trouble because there was a group of people after her that had dug up all this shit, all that stuff you guys see. Okay. The episode of her as a prostitute in Vegas that she claims is not real. All that shit came from these people, from the Melissa Schumann group of people. These like vigilantes that were, chasing her down and trying to get her on the internet. So they all came looking for her. And those are the people who dug up all those things. They dug up all those things. And that's how people knew about those things. They're the ones that put those things out there. And they dumped tons of information about her and her husband in my inbox, which I never asked for, by the way. Never asked for it. And I never put it out there. I'm not the person who put her information out. Those people did, via other people. They would do the same thing. I mean, I'm sure Brian got. I remember Brian talking about it because there was a time where Brian St. John hated her and used to make videos talking shit about her. And this James Hartline guy used to email all information with no solicitation. And I know he was contacted by that guy. I was contacted by that guy. I'm sure Diane was. Anybody that spoke about her was contacted by this guy. And hold on, Smokey P. Oh, Smokey, are you talking about the naked picture? I asked her to send me something to unbox. I did a live unbox and her nasty ass sent me a nude. I know which one you're talking about. The one where, yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. She's so gross. So gross. Ugh. So, ugh. I hope you burned that thing, Smokey. Yeah, he burned it. I think I remember. Did you do that on a video? Because I kind of remember it. I mean, so she was she already had a group of people after her before she even came into this whole Chris Watts thing. So she used the Chris Watts people family. She would tag them and be like, "Oh, I talked to Sandra Rusick," and then she kind of tried to make it like she was life coaching them. It was weird. And then, she would go live and then people would flood into her chat because they're like, oh my God, what did Sandra Rusick have to say? Her title says phone call with Sandra Rusick. And then they get in there and she'd be like, I'm not telling you, it's none of your fucking business. So she was using them, for fame. And she knew people were so thirsty to hear what the Rusicks had to say at that time, So then eventually she ended up turning on them and she turned on Frankie, sent out this disgusting picture, which I also unfortunately was sent by somebody, and really compromising picture, called him a drug addict, slandered him, claimed that he was using her as a human ATM machine and all this other shit. This poor guy who just lost more than half his family, his sister, his two nieces, and his unborn nephew. This is what she does to him, a year after this happens, a year after he had suffered through this huge tragedy, and that's only half the tragedy. The other half of the tragedy is how out of control that case got online, and she just completely fucking added to it. I mean, she's the reason that shit got out of control, if you ask me, and then from then, those people, she left YouTube, I think, right after the Chris Watts case and went to D Live for a little bit. And then she just harassed people here in this community for a little bit. And then, remember she used to say, I'll never do true crime again. I'll never talk about the Chris Watts case again. And then all of a sudden, when me and Tiffany's friendship broke up and Tiffany, became friends with her, that's when she started covering true crime again. And that's when she got that kind of second jump in subscribers and attention, where she went from a stagnant 30,000 or whatever she was at. I mean, she was stagnant for like a good fucking 2 or 3 years, where like nobody was watching her. She'd have like 80 people in her lives. Even though she had supposedly 30,000 subscribers, she would get like 80 people in her lives, which is not so great for those types of numbers. And then I think it started off with the Cash Gurning case. No, she posted a picture of this child's casket on her thing. Oh, DMX. Let's not forget. I think she also got a little jump when she did the Kobe Bryant thing too, right? Didn't she like go live like when Kobe Bryant died? And that was the most people she had in her chat in years. She had like 1,000 people in her chat that day. Right. And then DMX got sick, or not got sick, but whatever happened to him. And he was on life support. And she's posting that he died before he even died. Somebody told me yesterday in that guy's, I think, chat, that she's now claiming that she was Anne Hesh. Anne Hesh, I don't know if people in here, I know some of you guys are aware, but Anne Hesh, the actress, right, who was, I believe, either dating or married to Ellen DeGeneres at one point in time. She had gotten into a really bad car accident and was in a coma and on life support and all that. And I believe if she isn't already passed away, they were saying that, you know, the outlook for her is not good and she's most likely not going to survive. Well, conveniently now, you know, Molly Golightly was her makeup artist. I don't believe that she was ever a makeup artist personally. I saw her clip on that Kool-Aid channel. I think it was. Let me see if I can find it actually, because I thought this was really funny. And I've seen her. There was a time where she used to copy me, and people might think I'm crazy here, but like I remember when my, you know, Grease series started to pick up and more and more people were talking about it and watching it and promoting it and shit. She tried to make this video about like estates and brothers and sisters and siblings, like kind of the same concept of what I was really discussing in those videos, you know, because she would always say things like, oh, she's not funny, she's not entertaining, you know, she would always like try to put me down. But anyway, like I have nothing going for me, you know. But she would copy me very subtly, but she would copy me. But I, you know, would do makeup videos every so often, and then all of a sudden one day she does a makeup video. I'm like, come on, girl. But if you see her makeup skills, they're, I mean, listen, I'm not a makeup artist, you know. I'll be the first person to admit that. I'm a hobbyist, I would say. You know, I just love makeup. I just fucking love it. You know, I love doing makeup. I love buying makeup. I love testing new products out. I love talking about the products, you know. But I have a pretty good knowledge, you know. I do. I watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of tutorials. I have books about, you know, makeup from famous makeup artists like Kevin Aqua, you know, and I've been into it for over a decade, well over a decade, 2 decades, you know. So I do know, I know my shit, you know. Do I know everything? No, but I know a lot, you know. And I could tell that she, you know, for somebody who says that they're a professional makeup artist, okay, I know a professional makeup artist, like who's legit. She worked on the Today, not the Today Show, Good Morning America. She was 50 Cent's personal makeup artist, okay. Now she's Vince Vaughn's actual personal makeup artist, and she's like, she's away on a set with him. It's pretty cool. But anyway, you know, this girl knows her shit. And I know she knows her shit, you know, and you could just tell Molly Golightly, you were never a fucking makeup artist. Prove it. If you were, you would have some type of portfolio, you know, you would have pictures of your work, because that's what makeup artists do. It's just like any type of artist, right? Me as a graphic designer, if I want to go get a job, I need to have a portfolio. You know, nowadays they require an online portfolio, which I don't have, and I probably should, you know, make one. But yeah, you're required to have a portfolio of some type to show your work. You know, I can't just walk in and get hired. I have to show them that I know what I'm doing. And so you bring your portfolio. I mean, in the past, that's what I would do. I had an actual black booklet that I would bring on interviews with me whenever I was looking for a job, a graphic design position, you know, just like a photographer. You need to have some type of portfolio. So, you know, you would think she would have photos of her somewhere, because every makeup artist I know does. And yeah, I'd like to see those. Just saying. I don't believe it. She gives some bad advice. Like, I remember she used to tell people to oh yeah, a yellow based lipstick will make your teeth look whiter. That's wrong. You're wrong, girl. It's a blue based. Try again. Look at the color wheel, girlfriend. Blue, if your teeth are yellow, right? And you want to cancel out yellow, what's opposite of yellow or orange, right? Bluish purple colors. Okay, so you would cancel it out. That's the opposite on the color wheel. Yellow is not going to cancel out yellow. That doesn't even make sense. She's so stupid. And if she was an actual makeup artist, she would have known that. I just put, hold on. Hey, Gray Hughes. What are you saying, Gray? Hold on. I just put it out, A Time to Kill by Conman Slow Joe. Okay, Gray, I'll definitely check that out. I absolutely will. Guys, if you actually want to watch real true crime, then you need to subscribe to Gray Hughes. That's a real true crime channel. Okay. If you want to go somewhere where cases are being discussed and it's not just a gossipy sensationalism, you know, go to Gray Hughes. Go to Gray Hughes. He's going to spill all the facts. You know, he's going to show you where things are going on. You know, he's going to do the right thing. And if you donate to Gray Hughes, okay, it's actually going to go to help different organizations that look for people, you know, that are missing. And I don't know all the, you know, organizations that you donate to, Gray, but you know, he shows receipts, and you don't ever have to worry that Gray Hughes is taking you for a ride. Okay. That's a reliable person in the community. I know you guys pretty much all know that, but I just thought, you know, in case anybody else stumbles upon this video, because I might change the title and put her name in it. You know, I think that that's where you should go. You never have to worry about Gray Hughes screwing with you in any way. He might tell you you're an idiot, but you know, he's not going to take your money and run. That's for sure. Definitely not going to do that. And he's also not going to talk about things that are just completely not true. And he's also not going to drag out a case, right, when there's nothing left to say about it. You know, he's not going to do that. So definitely check his channel out. He talks about cold cases, old cases, new cases, solved cases, all sorts of cases. All right. So I want to see if I can find this video real quick, because I just thought it was funny. You know, she doesn't know what she's talking about half the time. And I thought this was pretty funny. Actually, there's two clips. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is it. Let me do a share screen over here. And here you go. This is where your money would go. Okay. He don't take your money. He don't tell you it's none of your business once you donate. You know, he shows receipts and he stands by it. All right, let's take a look at this. I was thinking to myself, you know, yesterday, I'm like, man, to really, really make it on this platform, and maybe just maybe on social media, just in general, right? You have to be a complete and utter shit show, like trash bag. And I'm just not willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have morals and values, and I you know, the way I was raised, you just don't do things like that. You know, you don't hurt people. You don't exploit people. You know, I just wasn't raised to do that. And just to act a goddamn fool everywhere I go. And I'm okay with that. You know, if I understand, you know, the wanting to watch the shit show, because to be quite honest with you, I like watching this shit show myself. You know, some of these people, these crazy ass people, it's fascinating to me how fucked up people could be. And it's fascinating to me how many people will follow these people without questioning anything. You know, when they're lying right to your face, or they're acting a fool right in front of you. Like, how do these people talk themselves out of it? How do they talk themselves out of it? I just realized I have to do the share audio thing. But, you know, it's like the honest, good people struggle to make it on social media and on this platform, because they, you know, they try to do things the right way. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'd rather keep a smaller channel and a smaller crowd, and, you know, act like a, you know, decent human being for the most part. You know, I curse a lot and I have my flaws, and, you know, I'm not perfect, obviously, but and haven't been on here by any means. But I just rather keep it that way. You know, I don't want to have to sell my soul to the devil to become big on YouTube. It's just not, it's not what I'm looking for. Hey, Shella. All right, so here's it. This tells me right here is another one of her lies about her past, right? That she was a makeup artist. Listen to this.
So then I got them then they get tattooed 5 weeks after that. And she says come back every year.
Did I hold on a second? Hold on. I want to make sure I did the share audio because I was talking and I probably wasn't paying the best attention. Okay, yeah, I did. All right, because I have headphones in right now.
I was like, no, I'll be back in 6 months. She says, I really want to do your eyeliner.
Thank you, Gray.
And I'm like, all right, Felicia, you need to stop. No one's getting near my eye.
Hold on a second. Thank you, Gray. I appreciate that. Gray says, sensationalism often wins the battle. I'm lucky to have the freaks who support how I do it. I am very lucky. Thank you, Gray. I appreciate that, man. Gray Hughes, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. All right, so
I don't really care about that stuff. I don't care about makeup anymore. And when you are a makeup artist, you don't ever show up to any of the jobs with makeup on. You just don't.
okay, that's total and utter bullshit. Some makeup artists do wear makeup and some don't. Like my girlfriend, when she's a serious makeup artist, dude. Like I said, she worked on actual TV shows. You know, she puts pictures all the time of herself at work, right? Because that's what makeup artists do, to show their work off. And sometimes she's fucking dressed to the nines and sometimes she isn't, you know, but I would say more often than not, her makeup's done. She has makeup on. So, you know, depending on how early she has to get up or whatever, but most of the time her makeup's done. So, you know, that's bullshit right there.
Like if you walk onto a set of anything, the makeup artists are never really.
Thank you, super.
You just don't.
Thank you, Sticky Notes. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like a makeup artist, you don't ever show up to any of the jobs with makeup on. You just don't. Like if you walk onto a set of anything, the makeup artists are never really decked out in makeup. Like they'll have like mascara on and stuff, but it's kind of like when you go and get your hair styled, when you go get your hair done and the girl's got her hair in a ponytail. Yeah, that's because she doesn't have time to do her hair because she's too busy.
That's another thing that's bullshit. Because guess what? The girl does my hair. Her hair is fucking curled and styled every single time I go there. Sometimes there's girls I see that they don't do their hair, but you know, it's not a really good business card, especially if you're meeting new clients. But I mean, or you're just at a shitty salon. If you go to a good salon, they require people to look presentable. So
you got your eyeliner tattoo. See, I'm afraid of that because it's too close. What is microblading? They just kind of whisk it and make it look nice and full. Like I have a little bit more up here so that it looks like I had an eyebrow lift.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
I don't.
All right, that was it from this clip. There was one other clip I wanted to show you guys. Where was it? Hold on. I was just actually when I was looking for that one, but she's so full of shit. Makeup artist, when you show up to a set, if she was a makeup artist, okay, I could guarantee it was probably at a makeup counter somewhere. And I'm not saying that those people aren't, you know, makeup artists, because by all means, you know, they have to do makeovers and they are trained. But, you know, do I think she was Anne Heche's, you know, makeup artist? No, that's fucking, she's full of shit. Liar. What was the fucking other one I just wanted to show you guys? Oh, and by the way, there was also a video on here of her talking about her brain tumor, okay? And I think Heels in the Air covered this as well. And the type of tumor that she claims to have isn't even on the brain. It's on the nerve. That's what the doctor said. She actually played her doctor's appointment. I mean, if that isn't a ploy for sympathy and attention, I don't know what is. But she played the doctor's appointment, her visit with the doctor, and the doctor said it, whatever the name it was, I forget, you know, but said that more likely than not, that's the type of tumor she has. It's benign, but also that type of tumor is not even on the actual brain. It's on the nerve that connects from the ear to the brain. So it's just another fucking thing that she lies about. What the fuck was I looking at on this page that I was going to play for you guys, and now I can't find it. Forgot. Totally forgot. I don't know. This is the only way I'll watch her, is through one of these channels. I mean, she's just... Molly says Jay McCrae looks like... Oh, is this when she called her a hermaphrodite? Yeah. I don't remember which one it was. I don't. Oh, Crystal Ball. This one. This is the one I was going to play. There you go. This just tells her motives. You know how she always tells on herself? Does she have the leash on her wish list for the FUPA yet? Oh my God.
I can already tell you that channel will go nowhere.
Oh shit. Oh,
and
wait,
in the end, that's
still
what
on.
matters. Keep going.
Hold on a second.
KJ promoted your show and even paid for it.
Like, here's the thing, okay? If you want to cover this case, and I'll again use Gray Hughes as an example, right? Gray Hughes does not involve himself in all the drama from, you know, these cases, right? He doesn't talk about the other creators. He doesn't get involved in the drama. You know, maybe he'll, you know, comment on it once or twice, but he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, his focus of his channel is on the cases. He's on the cases. And that's it, you know? Her focus is never actually on the case. It's always on the other drama that's surrounding the case. Like, Katie shouldn't even be on your radar. You know, these people are actively following Katie to see what she's going to say, right? Because it gives her content. When they go stalk Katie's page, it gives her something to respond to. But she's not even there. There's nothing to say. This whole Von McRae thing, it's not even a case anymore. It's not a case. They made it. They tried to turn it into a case with no evidence that this woman did anything. Is she fucking crazy? Absolutely. Is she out of her fucking mind? Jory McRae? Yeah, she is. But that doesn't mean she murdered her husband or tried to. You know, I mean, just because she's fucking on this extreme diet and takes kratom, you know, and doesn't call 911 when he's having seizures, which, by the way, I mean, I don't have any, thank God, experience with anybody that, you know, in my personal life that has had or suffered from seizures. But I've always been under the impression that most people, if it's something that they deal with on a regular basis, you know, and they're prone to seizures, like they have, say, epilepsy or something, that they don't go to the hospital every time they have a seizure or call 911. I thought it was kind of like one of those, like, even if you have an animal that has seizures, right? You just let the seizure kind of just pass. You know, they go through it. You take precautions or whatever you have to do, right? While it's going on. You know, like things, I know you have to, like, sometimes prevent them from biting their tongues or something, whatever you have to, it is that you have to do to care for the person, right? And then that's it, you know, depending on the severity of it. So, I mean, they're crucifying this woman for not calling 911 every time this man had a seizure. And I just, is that a thing? You know, maybe somebody in the chat could tell me, because again, I'm not really familiar with seizures, but they created this story that this woman basically was trying to murder her husband. But the more I look into it, the more I you know, sadly do believe that this man just took his own life. You know, do I believe that maybe she was controlling, wore the pants in the family? Sure. You know, but I also think that he had his own demons. You know, they made it like this woman was force feeding him kratom. Yeah, did she give it to him, you know, maybe on a live when he was unaware once, twice? I don't know, maybe. But he also was, I watched a live the other day where he willingly took it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't force it. Like, they completely took away this whole entire man's manhood and act like he didn't have a mind of his own at all, you know, in their relationship and the things that he did. You know, maybe he's the one, because this is very common. You know, people don't want to be on pharmaceuticals because pharmaceuticals, some, you know, medications, nerve medications, pain medications, they make you feel tired. You know, they make you feel moody sometimes. You know, some medications, they can make you, put you in a bad mood. They could just really lessen your quality of life, you know, in general, and just make you not feel right, you know. And sometimes people want to find alternatives to medications, you know, homeopathic alternatives, and they're making it like she forced that on him, this homeopathic lifestyle. Well, he obviously was a willing participant, in all of this. And maybe he wanted to do it too, and they did it together. Has anybody ever thought of that? I mean, it's just crazy to me. The more research I do into this case, the more I realize that it just got, since it's not even a case, I should say story. Okay. The more I realize that they just sensationalized the shit out of it. Right. And there is no story. There is no case. So, I mean, it's just crazy. And imagine, I say this all the time, but imagine this guy waking up out of this, right? Let's just say God, willing, it does happen, but the chances right now are seeming slim. I mean, last update was that he's breathing on his own, but that part of the brain and the part of the brain that makes you consciously aware of things are totally different parts of the brain. And that's the part of the brain that matters, for life, for functioning in life. And that might never return. It can, and there's studies, which I actually looked at one last night, where the percentage is like 65%, I believe, can recover, but then then it goes down into like recovering, what is recovery for those people, and what are the percentages of that? Is it, what kind of quality of life are they going to have? Are they going to be able to function? Will they return to consciousness? You know what I'm saying? And it gets less and less to fully recovering, if that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining that the right way, but his chances of fully recovering and coming back to the Vaughn who he was before this, tragedy happened are very slim. It's not a very high percentage of him fully recovering. So, seizure meds come from the pits of hell. It's just like the watch. They took a public person and made it what it was not. Yeah, but there was a crime there in that case. This is like, there's not even a crime. It's just a story. That somebody said this last night, and I believe this. I fully believe this. It was in the chat, actually, in that guy's channel, that those MLMs are very, very cutthroat. Very, very cutthroat. She was part of those MLMs. And you guys know that anywhere there's women, there's fucking drama. And anywhere there's women, there's competition. And it's very, very, very possible that women who were competing with her in, this MLM that she was part of are the ones that created these Facebook groups. Well, they are. I mean, I think that's a fact. But, they might have blew the story out of proportion in an attempt to ruin her because she was pretty high up in this company. And they might have been the ones, who made it as bad as it is. But anyway, back to Vaughn for a second. Imagine this man wakes up, right? And, when somebody does what he did, right, when they try to kill themselves, it's a personal thing. It's a very personal thing. And his wife is 100% wrong for sharing, what she has thus far, in my opinion, on social media. I just wonder that if this guy makes a full recovery, like, think of what this man's going to wake up to. You got this freak on YouTube over here covering his story. You have all these people having opinions about him, his wife, his family. They're like, oh, he was trying to leave. He was trying to, and somebody said this, and I didn't even think about this, but somebody said this and I read it. I don't know if I read it in a comment section somewhere, but it is kind of true. This man might have really just wanted to leave this world, and maybe, that was what he wanted. And he's like being forced to stay here by all these like selfish people, and he's going to have a long road ahead of him. Yeah. Hey, Jackson Buck. I've never been in, in an MLM, but I heard that they're very cutthroat. Hold on. I'm just scrolling up because I asked a question, and I want to see if anybody answered about, do you call 911 every time somebody has a seizure? I agree with you on that one. Or they hit their head and are injured by falling down during the seizure. All right, let me go back up here. Not until it lasts 5 minutes or longer. You don't have to call 911. Okay. Thank you, Band-Aid the memory. It's also really odd and strange. Pink lady look. Didn't you used to imitate her? Yes, sometimes, Gray. I did one video imitating her. I didn't do it on a regular basis. No. That was Pink and Golightly, her name was. I mean, she used to make like daily videos, you know, imitating her. Not me. I only did the one. I think a lot of, I'm not saying Pink. Pink was already doing her videos, but I think a lot of people kind of copied, you know, from us, from her and I. My youngest brother has seizures or has, and for years until he had his last brain surgery. He just went through the seizure and went about the rest of our day. He had multiple every day. All right, that's what I thought. I mean, again, I don't have any experience with that, but I was pretty sure that I know the only person that I personally ever knew that had it was one of my friend's mothers. You know, she had it, and we were kids at the time. We were like in probably my son's age, you know, like 9 or 10 years old. And I remember, you know, her mom would have seizures while we were like on the phone, and she didn't go to the hospital every time. But anyway, I just try to imagine this man waking up to like all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? His name, his personal story about, you know, him doing that is all over the internet. And then, you know, also, let's just say his wife had nothing to do with this, right? Imagine waking up to your wife being accused of trying to murder you. Like, how's that going to make him feel? You know, or what about his kids? What about his kids having to see online that their mother, who they seem to love and adore in the videos, okay? You know, that's another thing that they're misrepresenting, terribly misrepresenting. You know, and people do that online just in general, you know, critique you as a mother, you know, oh, you don't cook for your kid. Oh, you don't do this for your kid. Oh, you know, people do that just in general. Women are fucking assholes like that, you know, but like they're making it like she's torturing her kids. I mean, like the kid will come up and ask for a drink and she tells the kid to wait. And they're like, oh my God, how dare she tell the kid to wait for a drink? Like, dude, any one of us who has kids, you've never told your kid to wait? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a break. That does not make somebody a bad mother because they tell their kid to wait. Or if the kid comes, you know how many times a day my son tells me he's starving? Like, starving? And I'm like, really, dude? Because you just ate an hour ago. You're starving now? You're starving. Okay. So the kid comes up in the video and he says to the mother, oh, I'm starving. And they're like, oh my God, she didn't even offer him anything. I heard a clip of this idiot right here saying, you know, the kid comes up to her and he's starving, says he's starving, and she didn't, you know, offer him anything. Like, she didn't handle it. Meanwhile, this is the same woman who, there's 2 clips on this channel of her specifically, you know, basically telling her kid, oh, I have a headache, go away. And yeah, her kid's a lot older and able to care for himself. But, you know, I specifically remember a video of her. It was the night before, you know, with the NOLA shit, I think. And her son asked her to play a game with him, right? They were going to play chess or something. And he brings the whole chessboard out and they sit at the table, right? And, you know, they're starting to play. And she's totally uninterested in it. You know, she's live, first of all, you know, not even spending quality time with her son. And she's live and she's totally uninterested. And like, I think he makes 2 moves on the chessboard or whatever the fuck game they were playing, right? And then she's like, all right, mommy has to work. I'll give you a $50 gift card tomorrow. And she like shrugs him off and he picks up the game and he walks and you could just see the disappointment in his face. She like bought him off, like, leave me alone. I'll get you a gift card tomorrow. That'll make up for me not bonding with you right now. You know, I'll get you a gift card. Just like she just bought the car for him. You know, he's not even old enough to drive the car. It's her way of buying his love. And he seems like such a sweet boy, an intelligent boy too. Oh, that's another video we should take a look at. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you're going to sit here and judge another mom just because her kid came up and said he was hungry, and she didn't immediately turn around and give him food while she was cooking dinner. Might I add, she was preparing dinner. And they're criticizing her for not giving the kid food right away. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, my son, again, tells me he's starving. And I'm like, dude, you just ate. There's no way you're starving right now. Like, there's just no way. Like, he'll eat dinner and then he'll come ask me for dinner like an hour later. They do that. Kids do that. I saw videos of the daughter cooking with her. And guess what? The daughter seemed happy to be cooking with her mother. The kids seem to love her in every video that I've seen. Does she yell at them? Sure. What the fuck mom doesn't yell at their kids? I mean, these people act like they're like these perfect parents that never get frustrated with their kids or yell at them. And I'm sorry, bullshit. We all have moments as parents where we get frustrated with our kids. Anybody who acts like they don't, you're a liar. You're just a liar. So anyway, I don't know why I wanted to look at this video, but
Tell you that channel will go nowhere.
I
And in
was
the end,
talking
that's
about
what
Katie.
Keep going. KJ promoted your show and even paid for it. Thank God, because we need people like her to devote.
I forgot she still does that stupid thing. Like she's like a fucking cheerleader. We need people with those big fucking catcher mitt hands of hers.
All of her time to fake TV, reality TV, all these stupid productions that believe everything that they see and hear on the internet and TV and the news. Without them, there would be no fucking Hollywood. Exactly. She's the reason I found you. Hey, baby. So do you know where Jake is?
What?
Do you know where Jake is?
You took somewhere.
Yeah, okay. All right. Just so you know. They're going on a date to Hershey Park on Saturday.
Look how dirty her hair is.
Her one brain cell all goes smelly Golightly. Oh, is that how you found me? See, I knew. That's what I want. I want her people, whatever real subs she has. That's what I want. I'll be honest. I want her people, whatever real subs she has. That's what I want. I'll be honest. That's what I want. I want her real subs to be so sick of her that they come over to me.
You see that? Ugh. Dude.
Oh my.
Her tongue is the most slimy, fat, disgusting looking fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's always fucking hanging out of her mouth for some reason.
God, are you serious? Oh my God. Thank you, Susan. Charlotte, that chick, Charlotte on the web, she's solid. And what's this shit that, blah, blah, blah. She did something years ago. Who fucking cares?
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet she has PayPal'd, super chatted, or something that Charlotte on the web? How much you guys want to bet? How much you want to bet? That's why she's blowing smoke up her ass right now.
Does Casey
She needs somebody to do her bidding for her.
you realize that? Did she forget that she has a DUI? That's pretty fucking bad. What happened to Nancy Grace? She's still working. She's just doing something for Fox.
Her DUI, not for nothing. I had one too. And yeah, it's pretty bad. I was 23 at the time. Katie's happened over a decade ago. Okay. And a DUI doesn't mean that you were shit-faced drunk. I blew 0.08, which is the legal limit. Okay. I had like 1 or 2 drinks. That's the legal limit. I'm not making excuses because it's wrong. It's wrong, but I was in my early 20s at the time, and I would never make that mistake again. But I'm just saying, to throw that in her face 10 years ago, versus how many, run-ins with the law have you had? How many cease and desists have you had? And I'm not defending Katie. I'm just saying.
She has a DUI? That's pretty fucking bad. What happened to Nancy Grace? She's still working. She's just doing something for Fox. She does like a Fox crime thing. And you're like, Justin, now this is how it goes. I'm telling you, if you get a hater channel, you're going to get a lot of subs from those haters because they're tired of hearing. And the thing is, she's getting caught lying.
All you do is get caught lying.
Guess what? I'm not going to curse you all out. Some of you all, but I'm not going to curse you all out. I'm not going to act. Guess what? I'm not going to curse you all out. Some of you all, but I'm not going to curse you all out. I'm not going to act like I'm better than you. I'm going to entertain you. I'm funny. I'm generous. We have a good time over here. Let me tell you something. All the classy bitches, they're here. All the fun bitches, they're here.
Dude, like, how old are you? Who talks like that in their 50s? Like, all the fun bitches are over here. All the classy bitches, they're over here. She's such a. This is somebody who you could just tell, like, still has like fucking problems from high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was not cool in high school. This YouTube channel is like her way of making up for like how much of a pathetic loser she was in high school. You could just tell, because her mentality is still stuck in that way of thinking.
Whether let me tell you something, all the classy bitches, they're here. All the fun bitches, they're here. Whether
Look how dirty her hair is.
we got a lot of lesbians, we love them. We got a lot of Trump supporters, we love them. We got some wicked witches from the West, we got them. We got them all here. We got them all. Let's give her a hand. Molly.
So she's basically admitting that she wants Katie's subs. Like,
Molly, it's me, Michelle Squire Wells.
she's done with the case now. It's
Did
just
you
about
used to be a client of mine?
gaining. Oh, by the way, that woman that Alicia streamed the other day that came up on her channel and was, talking about, I guess, trying to get her for a life coaching session. If you go on her Patreon, that's one of the things that she offers is a, whatever it is, a weekly phone call with her for an hour. It's pretty specific. So, they were acting like that woman was crazy, but that's what she has written on her Patreon. Here's the one where her son comes in. Is this it? No. Hold on a second. Oh, this is the one. I saw this today. Check this out. So I think this one's pretty telling.
You never believe what I just discovered.
First
In
of
that back
all,
room, there's like this little.
dude, look at the waddle.
You never believe.
All right, I looked back on some videos today, and boy, did her. I mean, listen, I gained weight. I think a lot of us did, right, during COVID and stuff. We were stuck home, probably not eating the best. You know what I'm saying? Eating junk food. And I'll be the first one to tell you guys, I am not a healthy eater by any means. I enjoy sweets. I'll have maybe one, soda with dinner sometimes, but I'm not a big soda drinker. I'm very specific about my soda. It has to be from the fountain. I don't like bottled soda or canned soda. And I put tons of ice in it. I mean, I probably put more ice than soda. I just like the little fizz sometimes with dinner only. I would never just like drink soda though. Go to the store and buy a soda like that. I don't do that. Very, very seldomly. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not the best eater, and we all put some weight on. But boy, she like tripled in size since 2018. I mean, I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she's purposely trying to do it or what, but it looks like she's getting paid to eat. Like, and she's waddling. She's like knock-kneed waddling. It's not a good look.
What I just discovered. In that back
Look at that waddle. She's so top heavy, dude.
room, there's like this little bar area, right? And those.
Look at her tongue. What is with her? Dude, I don't know. Have you guys ever seen like old people that do that? They'll be like, hold on. Like they go, Old people that stick their tongues out. Like, that's what it reminds me of. I don't know why she does that, dude. She's on an 8mm. What do you mean? Like the camera?
Discovered.
Just look at that
In
waddle.
that back room, there's like this little.
Look at that fucking waddle.
You never believe what I just discovered. In that back room, there's like this little.
Dude, her stomach, you know what else I noticed? Her boobs don't look so big anymore because her stomach is actually protruding out past her boobs now. Like, that's how heavy she's gotten.
Bar area, right? And I was quite impressed.
Ugh, that tongue.
The princess didn't really touch anything because he promised he wouldn't. I just went over there to put some sweet and sour mix over there.
Why is she sharing this on a live? All right. And why are people not questioning this? This is what bothers me. Like, she's totally and has totally exploited her friend, her best friend. I mean, there was another clip I saw on this channel the other day that she's talking shit about him on a live. And I'm like, like she has no respect for this man. She exploits everything, and it's really disgusting because he's, you know, clearly has some struggles in life. But listen to this, what she says.
And there was a bottle of Kahlua, this much in it. Grey Goose with this much in it, and Godiva chocolate, this much in it. Wow, he left it. I never noticed it.
All right. Why? You knew before this man even flew to Pennsylvania, you knew that he had a serious issue with alcohol. That was part of the reason that he was coming, right? You were going to help him with his addiction to alcohol and drugs, right? You knew that this man had a very serious alcohol problem. Why are you acting surprised that he drank alcohol in your house? And that's one question. But the real question is, why would you leave alcohol out in the open when you know that this man who has a very, very serious addiction to alcohol is coming to your house? And now you're going to go up on a live and act like, oh, I'm shocked. He drank the alcohol that was in my house that I left laying around. How dare he? How dare he?
That sucks. That's a sucky feeling. I should have checked a long ass fucking time ago.
Yeah.
Justin, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show a little fucking.
How long's he been out of her house?
Look at this.
So now she
Show a little
waddles
fucking
back.
You're gonna be like, what? Look at this.
She's on a FaceTime with Justice for All while doing this. So now, you know. It's like unbelievable. Unbelievable. That ass just waddling down the hallway. I don't know. I think it's so funny. And the dog following her. The dog. Hold on. Go back to that for a second. Sorry. I was trying to plug in my my laptop. Watch the waddle and then watch the dog. The dog like literally looks like just like her.
Be like, what? Look at this.
Watch.
Look at this.
Oh my god.
Show a
Look
little
at the
fucking
dog
You're
in the
gonna be like,
little
what?
dress waddling after her. I don't know why that's so funny. The fucking dog, dude. That poor dog. Why? Why does the dog need to wear a dress every day? Oh, sorry. Hold on. My phone's ringing. Oh my god, that is so loud in my ears right now. Okay. Hold on. Hold on a second. I don't even know where my phone is. Comes back. Hold on. Let me fast forward. We don't need to watch an empty room.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, it's so loud. Wow.
She's up. Really?
All right. I'm gonna start having problems with my sound now. So after my phone rang. Hold on.
My husband in the morning to look out and ask me.
Yeah, the kid.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
And again, she's acting shocked that
I
this
never
guy
seen him touch any of
drank
this.
the alcohol.
Ever.
What is that? She showed it? I didn't even realize.
I never seen him touch any of this.
You know what's funny? Maybe he didn't drink it. Maybe she did. And she's just blaming him.
Ever. Do you remember that?
Why-
I'm sure she's probably here. Texas tornado.
Why does the whole internet need to know about this, though? Like, that's what I just, like, you're exploiting this man's addiction. It's disgusting.
Remember we talked about that shit earlier? Did he drink it? Yeah. And he left a little tiny bit in every single bottle so that we wouldn't. It's not a cabinet. It's like in the back. And there's like a nice table and there's a refrigerator filled with wine. Were they full? Yeah, I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink in the house unless I'm sitting here and I drink some wine.
I know it's, yeah, clothes are no good, especially for pugs that have breathing problems already in the heat.
Why did you do that?
Okay, watch this.
Okay. Do you see what's by the garbage? Do you see what's by the garbage? Go look. Go see what I put near the garbage.
What? What was it? What's this here?
He drank it all and left like a couple of drops and left the bottles there.
Oh, so it's pretty good. Kind of. So, go on. No, I'm talking to my beautiful mom. You know the one that's like perfect. Her? Yeah.
God bless her
You good?
son. He's a sweet
I can't
kid.
believe he did that.
What?
Then he would do that.
Oh, princess?
Yeah.
I mean, mom, I'm gonna be dead honest with you right now.
All right. I just want to just put this out there, okay? She's acting like she's so surprised. All right. She's a 40, whatever, 7-year-old woman, right? Acting like she's like so shocked that this raging alcoholic, as she pretty much calls him, right? Came to her house and drank her alcohol while he was staying there, right? Her son, I think, is what, 15? Listen to the wisdom that this kid just lays on her right here at 15.
He is an alcoholic. Okay. He has drank alcohol every day of his life for the past 30 years.
He's saying he's an alcoholic. He's drank alcohol for every day for the past 30 life of his years. For the past 30, oh my God, years of his life.
So, this guy.
Oh my God, dude. Sorry. I apologize. This stupid fucking thing. Let me see if I can finish playing this clip on here. If not, we'll just, I have to restart. I think I can. Oh, hold on. This is, on a high speed, I think. I want you guys, oh no. Let me slow it down a second. Listen to what her son's saying. So he's saying that Princess is an alcohol. There's really nothing you can do. It's too late. Look at her rolling her eyes. Her son just said to her, I hate drugs. I think they're gross. And she's rolling her eyes. Hold on. I want to play this again. Watch this. It's so weird. Her son is basically telling her that, you know, he hates drugs and he thinks that they can. I can't really understand all that he's saying, but she's rolling her eyes and like annoyed that he's like bashing drugs. It's just weird. All right, so that's basically just the part that I wanted to show you guys. Just like I thought it was really bizarre that she's rolling her eyes while her son is talking about like how horrible drugs are. You can't hear it? Oh my god. All right, well, I have to restart my laptop, but I just realized I actually have to end this because I want to watch my son's second game, and I gotta end this so I can do that. So yeah, I'm probably gonna just end this anyway. My laptop's all messed up, and let me end this, and I will be back sometime. But I just thought, you know, bestow a little knowledge upon you people. Not you people. I know most of you guys know this story, but if you're in a comment section somewhere, if you see somebody who's, you know, you guys know I never do this. I don't really like promote my channel or tell you people to subscribe or, you know, share things or anything like that or hit the like button. But, you know, if you're in a comment section somewhere and you're like frustrated, like I feel like I am, and I'm seeing all these people just believing that, you know, this woman's so great, share this video. Tell them, direct them to this video. I should put her name in the title, honestly, but direct them here, you know, so that they understand that might be a bad person like Katie, right? They might think Katie's bad, but that doesn't make other people good. So with that said, I'm going to end this and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, I'm out.